Yo, what going on, man? We back with another one. Wednesday topic, man. Wednesday topic. No, we gotta keep them coming every Wednesday. Yo, yo,
Yo, yo, yo,
say black.
yeah. You hear me? You hear me?
Yeah, what going on? That me, man.
Oh,
What
I was
going on?
like, God damn. What happened, boy?
Oh that's on my end. Yo,
Yo,
Ah,
what it do? What it do? What it do?
what's happening?
I
What's
ain't do
happening?
that.
What's happening?
What's happening, fellas? Boy, we back at it, boy.
Listen, back at it. Back at it,
Yeah,
man.
All type of stuff going on, man. Damn it, man.
life.
Life and out here.
Oh, man, life
You know,
definitely life,
I think
man, right now.
y'all
For
can hear
sure.
me, man.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, okay. I ain't
We
got no
can
good
hear you.
signal out this motherfucker.
Yeah, I hear
Let
you. We
let
hear you,
let let
cuz.
let get out to let get out to it, man.
All
So
right. Look, I'm
dream
finna be cleaning the
dream.
truck out while we doing them. Doing some spring cleaning. That's all. So you
Oh,
might
you
hear some
good, man.
noise.
You good.
Might hear some.
You gotta keep the truck clean, man.
Yeah, it's a
You
dirty
gotta keep
day.
it clean. I want a deep clean, man. But yeah,
Deep clean. When you deep cleaning, what you be
dream. You
doing?
just get out like clean the dashboard, the doors, everything, the
Right,
seat, just the
right,
whole inside, deep clean, like
right.
like deep clean. I ain't talking about
Shampooing and
sweeping
all
the
that.
floor and mopping. I'm talking about clean everything. Yeah, I'm talking about getting down. Yeah, I want to do that there. But yeah, can y'all hear? Dream drop down.
Yeah. I hear you.
Dream drop down though, didn't it?
Damn, no, I think
Dream
Dream did
drop
drop
down.
down. That might be his own. Yeah.
Yeah, but Well, shit, I can start with 2. Shit, it don't even matter. It
Yep.
don't even matter who I start with. I was gonna since he came up with the topic, I was gonna let him run it. But what you think? What you think, Black?
Hold on. Let me type this text message.
Uh,
Hold on, I got you, brother. Hold on, bro. I'm ready. Hold on.
yeah, you good? You good? We got time, plenty of time, man. We just crunk this thing up. This the first live y'all got done been on time on, so we got plenty of time. I always go about 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes for somebody come on. Dream back, we'll let Dream go. Dream.
Yo, can y'all hear
Yeah,
me,
yeah,
man?
we've been hearing you the whole time.
Oh, all right. What you say?
But we gonna go and let you run it, man. We gonna let you run it, man. What good, King David? We gonna go and let you run it though, man. What needs to be changed in trucking? What needs to be changed in trucking?
It need to be transparency, man. It need to be transparency with the broker and the driver. You know, it needs to be you know, to where somehow you leased on to a company, but they ain't showing you the true rate.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, yeah,
somehow it got to be set up to where we getting the true rate, and then they get their percentage out of it. That's cool, but just give us the true rate. They cutting the rate, then giving us a rate, and then taking the percentage out of that rate.
yeah.
You know
Hey,
what I'm saying? So that's another thing what's wrong with trucking. I can go on them goddamn no speaking English. That's another motherfucking thing wrong with trucking. You know what I'm saying? They being able to live like kings in goddamn the Philippines or wherever they from. So that and they can live like kings with taking shit $1 a mile rate. You know what I'm saying? What else about trucking? School. Trucking school. You know what I'm saying? How is these motherfuckers being able to get these CDLs and shit like that? That's another issue. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of
yeah,
goddamn mom and pop trucking schools that ain't worth shit, man. Just getting you in and out and putting you on the road. And next thing it's a fatality or something like that happen, man.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know, the motherfucking mechanic at these motherfucking mechanic shops. They should adjust their prices with the rate that we getting. If goddamn it, if we in a situation to where goddamn it, if our miles and shit change up and down due to the economy, they rates per hour should change up and down due to the economy. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
To adjust with what the fuck we got going on to be able to pay these motherfuckers. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like,
yeah,
man, shit, I can keep going. I can keep
yeah,
motherfucking going, man.
Damn, I ain't gonna lie. You saying some shit though.
You
yeah,
know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. He just said a lot.
He just. Hold on, my bad, y'all. I'm hold on.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make sure I got this, it's some bands right here on the line. I'm trying to make sure
Man,
I don't
make
screw
your
with those.
bands, man. Make your
Nah,
bands. We got it.
people be playing around, man. It's
Playing around.
it's getting ridiculous, man.
What going on, man?
Nah, I got a little folk bands and some change out there. I'm trying to make sure I get my little cut. I gotta split that with somebody, but I'm trying to make sure
What the hell are you business? We got it.
I
Go
need them to
ahead.
send
Come
me that
back.
first. Cause if you
What
send
up
it
with
to this
y'all?
other person here, then I ain't gonna get my money or it's gonna be all this other stuff.
Well,
And I
go
don't want
What
no
up?
ahead.
nigga
Handle your
playing with
business.
mine.
What
Go
up with
ahead.
y'all,
Handle
bro?
your business.
My
What's going
bad,
on,
bro.
y'all?
Young, what
What
they
up?
do, homie?
What up, guys?
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm a touch base. Okay, young. What you
Yo,
think needed? Change in truck
what I think need to change and what, bro?
and trucking?
In trucking?
What changes do you think need to be made?
In trucking. Uh, that's a pretty good question. Uh, they need to cut back on
What up,
these
Kate?
high maintenance prices for repairs. Repair bill need to cut back. That one need to
Yeah,
cut back.
that's a good one. That's a good one for sure.
Yeah,
That's a
like
good
they
one for sure.
hourly rate, like that's killing people, bro. That hourly rate, how much they charge.
Yeah, I think they making more money than the truck driver. I ain't
They
gonna
really
lie.
is. I feel
I
that way
believe they
too.
is.
Mhm. I really
It,
is, bro.
it just need to be, like I said, it just need to be transparency. If we gotta fluctuate our shit with the economy, they
Right,
should have to fluctuate their prices with that. You know what I'm
right,
saying? Like if
right,
we up and we getting goddamn $10, $20 a mile, well goddamn it, I don't mind paying you $2.50 an hour.
right,
You know what I'm saying? But
right,
if the shit is fucked up to where we only getting $2 and $3, let's come down on that price. You know what I'm saying? That's
right.
Yeah. You know
almost
what?
like price gouging.
You know what? They price never change.
It stay the
When
same
we
no
were
matter what.
making money, it seemed like they price went up and it stayed the same. It never came back down.
So it is.
It never
And
came
then,
back
and
down. It stayed the same.
to
That's
be
right.
honest,
That's
that
right.
putting a lot of owner operators and a lot of company drivers and companies out of business. Cause they
It is.
repair bill is higher
Whole
than what
company.
they make. Yeah, the
Whole
whole
company.
company.
Whole
For real.
companies, man.
Because you know how
Not
that
just
built off
mom and
credit.
pop.
It built off credit. All them repair bills, that ain't nothing but credit. And they get so deep in the hole, boy, they can't come out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, them facts. Them facts right there, man.
You know?
That was a good one right there, you know. What else need to be changed? That was a good
Uh,
one right there, dog.
yeah, that's a big thing. That's my opinion on what I got going on. We're having to take care of all this stuff, the maintenance, but you can still get around a lot of that stuff if you got your own private, your private own mechanic. You know what I mean? Everybody
Yeah.
got
Right.
that mechanic they know they can work on stuff. I mean, that can balance out. I mean, that's just something can change to help everybody. 'Cause everybody ain't got no private mechanic and all that kind of stuff, and you know, uh, but I just feel like that's a big issue right there. It used to be fuel. It ain't even fuel no more. It
Right.
just be repair bill, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, it ain't
Yeah.
fuel no more.
Yeah.
It's the repair
So
cost. That's what killing us for real.
so you firm on that. You firm on that's the only thing need to be changed. Is the
Oh
is,
yeah,
is the so you
and
firm on that.
yeah, and you know that new law they passed. I tried this out, y'all. I ain't even tell y'all this. You know that new law where I don't know if you know this or not, but you know how you find out if a broker if your broker give you a rate, right? You say, all right, I give you 1,500 to move that load right here, right?
Yeah.
1,500. Well, with that new law, you can ask that broker to send you, let you see that confirmation sheet. And if he
Okay,
don't give
look.
you that
Let
confirmation
let me
sheet,
Oh
let me touch bases on it. Let me touch bases
yeah.
on it. So
yeah,
this has always supposed to been the law. But this
right,
is like, okay, just like these people like Dream say, me no speak of English, just like these people,
right,
that has always been a law. None of these
right,
laws have been really strictly enforced. But this is what they
right,
said. They try to do a system to make them people have to show you the true
right,
rate. But they said
right,
it might they might have to wait the next year because it was something too advanced at the time or something, or it was too much to try to push through whatever system they were trying to make them show you the real rate. They said it'd probably be next year by the time that happened, but they
yeah.
said they always supposed to been doing that. They never supposed to been, and then like these contracts.
Man, hold on. Young, you got on a pink shirt. Man, get out of here, man.
Yeah,
Man,
you can
hold
come on
on
over
there,
in that
man.
left
Have my
lane.
pink shirt
Young, a
You can
on.
pink
ride
shirt
on
and
side
that
to
CB,
side. Come
that don't mix.
on.
Young, that pink shirt and that CB ain't mixing right now.
Damn.
Young,
Yeah, them that confirmation sheet, bro. What that gonna show you? That confirmation sheet gonna show you. And this how you know if they lying or not. This
boy,
how you know if they lying about that rate. Like if you ask for the
Yeah, but
confirmation
but
sheet,
but it
and
supposed
they
already be a law,
But
and
even
they
yeah,
supposed to
but
be showing you that.
but they ain't. But see, this the way you know if they lying to you or not. When you ask them to show you that confirmation sheet, they only gonna say one or two names. They gonna be like, have a good day. I find somebody else to move it, or they ain't go they firm on their rate and it's a customer load, so that's what it is. And they ain't gonna want you.
Yeah,
They ain't gonna want to deal with you. If they don't
yeah,
show you, then you can get you can send that in and report them, and
right,
that'll be a bigger issue. Uh,
right.
but that confirmation sheet gonna show you what that customer gave them to move that load.
can
And when they
y'all hear
take
me,
their
man?
percent out,
I
once
don't
they
know. Can
take
y'all hear me?
Yeah,
yeah,
we can hear you. We can hear both of y'all.
and when
Hold on,
once they
So what? Hold on. What Young just said?
Man,
He was talking about
uh,
the confirmation sheet. What did
What you
Dream
mean by
say?
the confirmation sheet, though?
but
that's a sheet that the broker
but
get
but
with a customer.
but even
Nah, I
but
know that, but
even
what you trying to say based on them knowing whether it's something is real or not?
Oh, if you want to know if they lying to you about a rate, they ain't gonna want to
Yeah.
deal with you. They either gonna tell you they can find somebody else to move it, or they firm on that rate and they'll tell you that it's a customer load. That's what the customer paying to move that load, but that ain't true. And see that confirmation go tell you what they see. So when they make the deal with the broker, their broker percentage come out of what they gave to move the load. So if
That's
it's
right.
eight,
It
nine,
come.
10%,
Yeah.
you will see what that broker made off that load before he put it on the load board. Everything will be broke down. You know what I'm
But you
saying?
saying on the broker load board it look like
but
that?
but the thing is that gonna make any sense? Like, is that gonna change it? Okay, just say you seen it, right?
Right,
Just say you seen the true load, right?
right,
Just say you seen the true load.
right,
Okay. Now, after you seen the true load,
right,
you kind of agreed to the price or whatever the load is anyway. Just say I'm a broker and I tell you, look, man, I got this load 500 miles. I'll pay you 2,500. You say
right.
okay. You say, but you want to see the real rate. I see you the real rate is 4,500. I ain't changing shit.
Okay, right
Well,
there. That's
but
when
but 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 that's
they'll
when you
get
decide if you want to haul it or not. If you
yeah, and
say,
that's when
man, you done
they
But
got
can't do
look,
that. They
$1,500 off this load,
but
they
I'm
can't
but
not
do
but
finna
that no
haul
more.
this load.
They
but
can't do that.
the thing is
Mm.
not the thing is not a cap on the broker. It's not a percentage
But see,
on the broker.
that's what. And see,
hold
not
on, Black. Hold on. Let me kick my shit. It's not
all
a
right.
percentage on the broker. It's not to where you can say, okay, the broker is tapped out. The broker can make 99% of the load right now. If you take the load, that's you taking that motherfucker.
Right.
So it don't really even matter. It just matter what you want to run it for. Like
See,
people always
right.
say that shit, but
Right.
it's like
Right.
now this law been in effect. This law been in effect, but at the end of the day, like that, what they gotta do is cap the broker. They gotta say,
Yep.
well,
Right.
every load
Yep.
you get this percent.
Yep.
If they
That's all.
don't do
That's what
that,
I was finna say. Exactly. That's what I was finna say. Big
Right.
if they don't do that, it don't even matter.
Yep. Now that's something that they should do.
I don't think they gonna cap the broker. I don't think they gonna do that. I think what they doing is they gonna make them show you.
Hey,
And let me tell you something. Like, listen, Young, cause I know Young, you have your business set up like that where y'all got brokering going on and you pulling loads.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when I say cap, cause see, it's not like a reasonable cap. Cause I understand brokering is a business and they have to make money. So just something reasonable that everybody can agree on. Not something, not no minimum. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, just something where it can't be like what Dream talking about, where somebody could get 99% of the load. You know what I mean? Something that can keep you moral.
Okay. If I was a broker and y'all asked me, okay, I'll give you $2,500, and you say, well, can I get that confirmation? I'm like, yeah, sure, but they've been paying $4,500. I'm gonna show you it's paying $4,500. Do you want it or not for $25? You say no.
Now that's something you're holler for.
Hold on. You say no. I say okay. That's fine. Ain't nobody losing. I'm still gonna sell this load.
But the only reason you'll wanna as a owner operator, if the only reason you'll wanna see that confirmation like that is if it's a load that don't make sense. Like you'll take the load, but you want to see if they really getting out on you on a load that's paying fucking $2 a mile. That's what they tell you.
I feel like every time, and I ain't got my own authority or not, but every time I book a load on this motherfucking load, boy, I feel like they getting out on me. I feel like every broker in this world getting out on me.
They getting out on everybody.
So it don't. So
right.
We already established that.
Right.
Dream sound like he hot, dog.
Nah, cause I ain't gonna lie though. No, but listen, he been talking. He been talking like he saying the same thing what he been saying though.
Dream sound like he ready to start jumping on broke.
Nah, listen. He been saying the same thing, cause remember he was trying to remember me and Dream had done. We was going back and forth about that too, and I was like, well, it don't. To me, I'm like, why would the mega carrier do that when they got multiple trucks? They went off of volume alone, so you remember what I was saying? So you've been saying the same thing, so I know that's gonna trigger you. Nah, but you right though. What I'm just trying to say is this. It ain't got to be nothing, it just need to be something reasonable.
Just like today.
Just a reasonable cap.
Okay, for today, right? I was in Tennessee.
Yeah.
I was in Tennessee getting the load coming back to Houston. All right. So my load canceled on me. So I got the day of. So I got a truck order not used. So I get a truck order not used, the load cancel on me. So then I'm looking for something else. And they like, yeah, we got this load. You want to go home? You going to Houston, right? I said, yeah, that's where I'm trying to go. Yeah, we got this load to take you right there. Man, they gave me that load. That load was paying $1.67. I said, I don't want that motherfucker. I did head to the house. But they knew, they knew that that's the fucking broker for you. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
He think I'm in a fucked up position.
Right. Right.
So
I know. See, that's the problem
Yeah,
too.
fuck that.
Dream right. Dream
Yeah.
right. Like if you trying to get somewhere, just say you trying to get home. If they got a load, they're gonna be like, well, we got this load right here going on, but it ain't paying nothing. Man, that load probably paying just like all them other loads. But
Man,
they
that
know you
low.
trying to get home, then you gonna be like, well, fuck it, yeah. I'll
Nah.
take it.
And let me tell you something. That's why sometimes with them, but I know in dream situations you might have to, but you know, you can't put the broker all in. Just man, you don't even know where I live at. I can't get too personal with you. Yeah, cause we hustling. This a hustle. I'm not getting too personal with you.
Yeah.
I need tank. I need top dollar tank. I don't give a damn if I'm just going.
You
I'm
right,
not
Black.
telling you where I'm going.
You
Offer
right,
me the
Black.
loads and I'm gonna let you know whether I'm doing it or not.
You right. Cause
That's
you know
right.
what happened was they was offering me because we got a load, boy. I just didn't see nothing. But they
Yeah.
was offering me load that was paying good, this and that. And I was like, man, I don't want that. I'm trying to go to the crib, man. I'm trying to get to you. and then once I said that, they like,
Hey,
oh,
they
we
pull
got
that
a
knife
load
out.
right
As soon as he
here.
said that, they pull that
Yeah.
knife out.
But that's just like me though. That's just like me. It's keywords. Listen, it's keywords when they get to talking to me. Hey man, we need this recovered ASAP. Immediately. Shit like that. So I play the game the same way. But
This trucking a hustle, bro. That's why I be saying it ain't for everybody, man. To get on the side that we on, everybody ain't gonna be able to do it, man. Cause it's you gonna have to brain wrestle. If you just want to sit back and all, you ain't gonna be able to do that out here like this. I'm leasing, and I still got a brain wrestle. I'm over here at Blair, and we still
like
got. I still got the. You still gotta
like that
and
dude I did it.
that's another thing we gotta talk
bro.
about, man. Just what it takes.
I did that in Philadelphia the other day. I was watching this load for about 3 days up there in Philadelphia warehouse. I called Feed Insurance, told them how long I was up. I'm already knowing that load going 161 miles from Philadelphia. I'm like, they were sitting at 1,000, you know what I'm saying? 161 miles, no tar lumber. Something ain't right about the load. So I just sat back and watched it, you know what I mean? Then it went to 1125. I said, man, ain't nobody picked the load or something ain't right. I sat back and watched, so I ain't no calling with Kurtz Logistics. I ain't no calling. I was like, man, I said, you know, what's that commodity on that load? I'm already knowing the lumber. I just play like that. And they were like, there's some lumber, no tarp, you know, good to go, first come, first serve, blah, blah, blah.
I got 90 stops on that motherfucker.
I said, look, no, listen. I said, that load been on the board for a couple of days, haven't it? He said, yeah, man. Once he said, yeah, man, it was over. He fucked up. He said, yeah, man, I've been trying to get this move for such. I said, I'll move it. I'll come pick it up today. Do 13 on it. I have it drop first thing that morning. He said, 13? I said, 13. He said, man, it's just 161 miles. I said, but it's been sitting there for about 3 or 4 days. He said, you're right. He gave them 13. I got up there for 161 miles. I got up there. I was there for about 7 hours. I called Feature, so I'll never come back to this motherfucker. I don't give a damn if they been paying $20 a mile, but I ain't never come back up there,
boy. Went and got that lumber?
Yeah.
Man, every time I go over there, I get layover pay, detention pay, whatever it is. Detention pay every time.
See, and that's trucking dog. Yeah, that's crazy.
That's why that load was sitting there that long.
I see you, Keenan.
Want to go over there?
Right.
B-Say driver. Yeah, they pay me 13 for it. And tell her, hey, come on. Yeah, they paid me that 1,300, but it wasn't even worth the 1,300 as long as I was sitting there. I ain't even lying. Hold up. Oh, they gonna pay me 150 total. Man, what the world, bro? What is, bro? They paid me actually, bro. Actually, bro, they gave me an extra 150 on the 1,300 because they gave me Tonu pay. I ain't never heard of that. Tonu. I'm used to detention pay. They call it Tonu now.
Nah, that Tonu.
Why they gave you Tonu? You dropped the load off.
Nah, cause I was there for 7 miles.
Hold up. I'm trying to see what Tonu is. What pay is that?
Truck order.
Tonu.
Yeah. Nah, Dream saying it now.
Yeah, Tono.
Cuz just said he trying to say it.
Truck order not used.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's what it
What
means.
the
Yeah.
hell is that?
But
The
why they
tenant,
gave you that? If you dropped the load off, why did they give you that?
because I sat there for 7 hours to pick the load up.
God.
That's all
Oh,
that is. The
bruh.
truck order not used. They gave you a truck. They shouldn't have gave you a truck order not used. They should have gave you the layover pay. They tried to beat you
Yeah, they should have gave you the
because you
layover pay.
picked
They
up the
probably owed
load.
you about
Yeah,
$500-700. They
yeah.
probably
Oh,
owed
Cause
you.
they,
Probably
cause
would
they,
have got
they,
more than that.
they
You probably
gave
would
me
have got about
five.
three,
They gave me
400.
500. They gave me 500 extra dollars on that load. Five
damn.
more hundred extra dollars.
That's
Over
Blair. You know,
people sitting
Blair ain't finna
somewhere.
play. Blair finna
But
go in there like some
Yeah,
lawyer.
how you
but see, I don't care about that 500.
how you gonna get a truck order not
You
used? You picked up the load. That's all
Hold
T-New
on.
T-O-N-U truck you.
see and listen. Just by let me tell you something. That's why I say it's a lot of stuff they need to see trucking. See, truck it gotta we gotta get some new rules because it's a hustle, but the feds gotta step in, man. They gotta they gotta stop sitting back, just letting us just trap out here in these streets. They need to get out here. I'm just being honest with you. The feds need to step in
Why?
a little bit, man.
Cause I was so mad, bro. I wrote a paragraph on the reviews.
I know, bro,
On the
because they
Google.
were supposed to give you. Come on, cuz you feel what I'm saying? They shouldn't even be able to do nothing like that.
On
It's
me.
supposed to be a
Yeah,
law or a
What you
fine or something.
young? What you go on and
Yeah.
write that review on Trucker Pal?
Now, Google. Look up warehouse in Philadelphia, Mississippi. Or look up lumber yard in
Oh, you
Philadelphia,
went on
Mississippi.
Google.
Go look at it. Go look it up and you read it to everybody. Look it up and read it to everybody. On my mama.
That's what I'm saying,
That
bro.
that
Like,
boy said he was so mad he went and left a review on
they
Google.
gotta start let me tell you something. Us as truckers, right? Everybody getting the win. DOT, they getting wins. You understand? Brokers getting them, they getting them a win, which is cool. Shippers definitely getting them a win. I think they
and,
getting them a
and
win,
see
maybe
and
not.
see and see. That's what I
We
was
need,
talking
but
about.
you feel me? We need to get a touchdown like that. Why they don't let us get a everybody getting rules to cater to them. Man, let us get something,
Hey,
bro.
oh yeah. If any of y'all got some tickets or anything or want something off your record, boy, that TVC Pro stuff, that real deal. That real deal, bro. I use it. That real deal. Hold up. I use it. They got they
No,
got
what's
all they got everything off my record, cuz. When I got put out of service
okay?
in Kentucky.
But that's what I'm saying. Like we need something, man. Like us as drivers, just like we need something in our favor too, man. Like we
When
want to
It,
eat, we want to make money too.
it's
We want
too
to
it's
eat
too
too.
it's too diverse. You
it
ain't gonna
is.
have that. And you ain't gonna have that when you got me no speaking English. Go take a load for $1. You ain't gonna
That's right.
have that. You know what
I,
I'm
I, I
saying?
ain't gonna lie.
But
I ain't
Green,
gonna lie.
hold on, Tony. I feel like
I'm ready to
putting
see
too
what the
much
law
on them
gonna do.
though. I'm talking. I feel like we putting too much on them, bro. Because it's like I get it, but I'm just talking about the business, the hustle, the science. Period. Like we need to get
Bro,
some too.
But
Everybody else getting
hold
some
up,
breaking
but
bread.
that's
hold up,
what I'm
Black.
saying.
I want to
If
eat
if
too.
if it wasn't nothing but Americans trucking in America, this shit'll change. It damn near be a union out this bitch.
It's
Yeah,
all good.
yeah.
But
Man, let me
you
let me let,
but
let,
but
let me tell
but
you why.
you got
Yeah,
that you got
because
the shit.
everybody breaking bread, bro.
Yeah,
No,
but you
no,
got
no,
motherfuckers taking
no,
the rate, doing
no.
whatever.
Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why what Dream's saying. So this is what Dream's saying. Them people from other countries, them foreigners and all that, our dollar is different than them. They don't give a damn. They send their money home. They don't care how they live. People
Yeah,
over here, the Americans that living in America,
yeah,
everything
yeah.
is high over here, dog. They can't even run no damn truck for no $2 a mile. They ain't gonna have no place to live. They gonna go under. See, them people can do that because they'll just live in the truck. They'll
Man,
Yeah.
live
listen,
in the truck. They'll live in the store.
Well, like you say, you can make a lot of money here. So, those, the
but
four. Go ahead,
that's
bro.
why that's why it won't never be until we get nothing but Americans driving in America.
Yeah.
If we
Right.
had nothing but Americans driving in America, I guarantee we'll have a union. I guarantee I guarantee you everybody on this motherfucker will be paying dues to that union.
Right.
And I guarantee everybody that's American be paying dues to that union. And when that union say we ain't trucking today, I guarantee you the world stop. I know everybody that's in that union will.
But you know what, Dream?
That's too much power, though.
They didn't have a union back in the day.
I know, but man,
they ain't going back in the day. Guess what? When them truckers got together and said, we not running, everybody shut down without a damn union.
Man, listen, I'm gonna tell you what's real right now. All you gotta do is look at that shit a while back with the ports. Man, they paid them motherfuckers in a week.
Yeah, but you know we gotta look. Listen, trucking is way different though. Trucking is way because you can afford. Listen to me.
They got a union. Hold on. The reason why they did that is because they got a union. The union was gonna pay. If you know you can shut down right now and still get a couple checks while you at home, you gonna do it.
They're not gonna do that for trucking though. They're not gonna do it.
Hold on. That's why you pay dues to the union. That's why you pay dues to the union. So in a situation like that, the union can help you back. So hell no, they weren't tripping. They was off. They probably was on vacation.
Listen, I agree with it, but a trucking union is gonna have to be structured different because the problem is that a port or two, a port or two can shut down, but trucks, a bunch of trucks simultaneously shutting down. Listen, Dream. That's not gonna happen, bro. They got laws in certain states against that. That's not gonna happen. I don't even agree with that. Hell no.
They shut the ports down. You know how much we already know. Like you talk about trucking.
Yeah, but trucking is a way bigger blow. Way bigger blow.
No, it ain't.
Yes, it is, bro.
Listen.
Why you think it ain't been no union yet? Bro.
Because
we can have a union, but we gotta.
No, we can't.
Listen,
we can't, bro.
It has to be structured different. It cannot be like a regular old electrician union.
Do we know? We know damn near 90% of the shit we got come from over that water.
Right.
Okay, so you talk about trucking is big. Them motherfuckers close that shit in 7 days because they know how ugly that shit can get.
Right. No. I agree with you. Listen, but one day, I don't even think a whole day, but I'm gonna just say one day of more trucks than loads being pulled. Stop. That one day will crash the stock market. It can't. We gotta remember. We do need a union, but it gotta be structured different. We gotta have politics in on it. We gotta have the feds. It can't just be all drivers.
Listen, we understand.
It can't just be all drivers, bro.
All I'm trying to do is break down.
I don't even trust that just with all drivers. Hell no.
Okay, Black. Okay.
I want my shit to come to my house too. Hell no. My bad. Go ahead, bro.
All right. Now listen, Black. What I'm talking about is every union gonna be structured. It gotta be structured. The only reason we ain't talking about the driver doing it, we talk about if OOIDA create a union right now, it's over with. I'm gonna say this. If OOIDA,
I know about OOIDA.
If
right.
OOIDA create a union after Trump do all that, speaking English out of there, it will be structured, bro.
Man, you know what though? Hey, hold on. Look at Real comment. Hey, Real, you shout out, boy. Real shout out. He right though. He say have the mega trucking companies is for.
He sure like lying.
What did he say? I ain't see.
He say half of the mega trucking companies are foreigners. He say they already foreigners, man. He shout out. He ain't lying though.
Man, but listen, they might be. But we talking about to drive the truck in the state, bro. We talking about. I feel like this.
Hey
Hear me
Tony,
out.
that nigga
Hear
say,
me out.
hold on, listen, I have to make a character. It's already formed. It's already.
But this what
That boy crazy.
this what I'm saying, Black. Hear me out.
Man, we through,
We
man.
ain't even talking about the fact
He
of the
said
matter
we through.
who
We ain't through,
own
man.
the motherfucking truck. We talking about just the driving.
Right. Now I know.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
yeah, if that's true, that's true. But the driving part, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
If we gonna be on, I'm telling you, the more American brother race gonna go up, bro. It just gonna.
I know, man. You know, now listen, what you think about? Now check this out. Cause see, that's really what we should have talked about, the trucking union. Listen, because you know it's foreign brothers and sisters here. You know, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So what I'm saying is because you know when you start a union, remember we over here in America. So you know this is the if we start a union, anybody can get into it. It doesn't. They don't. That's what that's what the thing is. Regardless whether we went through or not, the discrimination doesn't go on. I'm not saying it don't, but I'm just going off of the American dream. It's not. This is the land of the free. It's not supposed to be discriminatory. Everything is open. So we're gonna have to have. You have to let the foreign brothers gonna have to get in the union too. You have to let them get in too.
If they qualify, they can get in.
Right.
But I'm gonna tell you, you talking about the land of the free. I ain't felt free yet.
Man, but I'm just going off of the regular, just what I'm just going off what it is on the surface level. I ain't even.
Boy, too hot, boy.
I ain't even. Boy, you back to the crib already?
Boy, I come home every day.
Man, you ain't heard what I said when I said something about the pink shirt?
What'd you say?
Boy, your ass like you driving for Diddy, man. You tripping, man.
Man, your ass, man, don't you ever in your life. You know what? We live.
Hey,
call you out.
I'm only look. I'm on the phone about 1,000 miles away from you. That's what I'm saying.
I call you after this live YouTube stuff.
Hey, listen. Listen. Hey, look. But nah, man. Hey, Dream. And I hear what you saying, but it's when I'm looking at real comment, I already know that it's too far gone. We're gonna have to work with the foreign brothers and all that. Listen, they got infrastructure.
I hate
it's too late.
I hate he commented that because I knew you was going right to that.
I got it's funny, bro. Right, it's funny. Listen, it's funny. Listen, it's hilarious to me.
Listen, Black.
That's
at
hilarious,
the end of the day, though. At the end of the day, we know, and we know. You know how much you pay at your crib. We are Americans, bro, and we had less motherfuckers who I did. So, man, you gotta think, man. This motherfuckers driving out here, from the Philippines, paying $200 a month rent, living in a condo over there.
Hey,
man.
Come on, man.
I'm about to go to I'm about to head out the country again. I'm about to go to either Philippines or Cairo, Egypt.
Well, jump in one of their 18-wheelers like they do us and drive them all along.
Man, it don't work like that for us. It don't work like that for us.
I know. Right. So why it work for them like that?
Man, because the way they got everything set up, this the land of the free. You supposed to you're supposed to be able to come to the United States and do what you're supposed to be able to do that. You're supposed to be able to come over here and do what you want to do. You know what I mean? That's how they market this place over here. So that's why everybody come over here, because you're supposed to be able to do that. Whereas and I ain't mean to cut cars off, but if all four of us go to Thailand, remember, like I told y'all, we could have the money to set the business up, but we have to include somebody from Thai, and they have to have 50% of the business. So it's because the dollar is worth more, so they got more rules on us. I'm just freestyling. That's just what I think. The dollar just worth more.
Yo,
What's up? What's up? What's up, cuz? My bad.
yo.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that what I was saying a while ago. I don't know if y'all were hearing me.
Nah, go
I,
ahead,
I
go ahead.
think I lost service or whatever. But anyway, I was saying what Dream was saying. Truckers was their own union back in the day. They were their
Okay,
own union.
okay, okay,
They they
okay.
they they they, they, they wasn't going for it. They weren't going for it.
They
Right,
weren't
right,
They
going
was
for it
right,
because
together.
right, right.
They was together.
they weren't going for it because most of them was American.
Yeah, most of them was American, and you know it's bigger now. It's bigger, man. We talking about billions now, monthly. You know what I'm saying? So it's too far gone, man. When trucking generates a lot of money, man, it's
Man,
hard to
listen, man.
control that because
I
everybody getting a piece of
I
the pie.
I seen in 1980 something. It was 1970 something. A trucker was making like 36,000 a year, right? Man,
Right.
in
Yeah.
2025, it ain't changed too much, bro. For a
Probably went up
company, dog.
about 20. It went up a little bit, probably about 30,000. You think so? About 30. You because you a trucker can make 70,
You
50,
gotta
you
look
know,
at it. You gotta
a
look at it
trucker
though,
can make
Black.
over
Yeah.
50,000 now. Easy.
Look though, Black. Look at the time that was, and then look at what the time we in now.
That's
Everything,
what
I
I'm
know.
saying.
everything
Look,
done
look,
went up.
look at.
Period.
See,
Yeah,
Just
that's
it's
what
cause
I'm
you
trying.
getting
man.
paid more, the cost of living is way more now.
We gonna
So
listen.
the
We
cost of
gotta
living went up
get.
with that rate.
Yeah, I know that's,
Man,
but you know that's.
back then, that was
Yep.
100 bands, damn now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
that
was
was
like
barely
100
100
grand
bands,
back
but
then.
they gotta bring. You know the rates. The rate should be higher than what it was around those times. You know what I mean? Which I think it is. You know what I mean? I wasn't around back then, but I think it is. I think it's higher than that. Now I'm gonna just say this: it's money being made. Like what the shippers and stuff paying for these loads to be moved. You know what these items cost. Like what this lumber and stuff actually costing. You know these customers that's ordering it. Like we got to get down to some of that, so that way we could break. Cause that's what we got to get our money from out of that. That's what I've been saying for years. We got to get our money out of what the shipper paying for delivery, and what this commodity costs. They supposedly doing it now. They doing it now, but they gotta bring that. That's what I mean. Like when I say we need to get they gotta let us eat too. We need to get a win too. They need to up the standard amount on these rates. They gotta up that up. And then see once they do that, or once they start entertaining that conversation, that's when they can get to the broker. That's when they can start, okay, because it might already be up. So then that's when they can start, okay, well, look, because we already spending $5,000 to move, you know, the customer that I'm going to in Newnan, Georgia. Look, we already paying $5,000 for the delivery. They charging us, you know, $20,000 for the lumber plus 5,000. So we already paying that. So now, okay, they already paying 5,000. So now we got to look at that 5,000. So what's happening here between this 5,000 and the trucker? And then that, you know what I mean? We got to start. They got to start. We got to get that conversation started based on, yo, what y'all paying, what people is paying, because the people that's ordering this stuff, they paying money. They paying a lot of thousands of dollars, sometimes up to the hundreds, close to the hundreds for these things. They're not just paying for lumber or coils. They're paying for the delivery too. So we got to start, like, that's what I'm saying, because it's more money to pull out of these deliveries. We ain't got to get too crazy with it. We don't need everybody to speak English. The money in the rates, the money is in what we doing. They just got to, we just need to get some more of it. They got to up the ante on that. You know
But
what I
why
mean?
you said it won't matter. Listen, if I own,
I'm
you
not
talking
saying
about
it won't matter. I'm just saying that it's money here that conversations need to be had about. There's money, because let's think about the customer that's paying for the fuel coming to them. They're being charged. What are they being charged? You see what I'm saying? You know, especially with what you pulling, ain't no telling what they charging them, huh? So, you know what I'm saying? We got to start talking about that so then they can start trying to see, okay, where's the problem? You know, and if the problem is, okay, and it could possibly be, okay, look, we got to put a little cap on the broker then because we having a little issue. These loads is $4,000 or $5,000, and by the time it's getting to the truck, it's $1,200. We got to start. You see what I'm saying? We just got to have these conversations about it on a mainstream level because it's money here. The money, we moving tens of thousands of dollars every day. We moving hundreds of thousands of dollars of stuff, and I'm just talking about on the flatbed end every week. How am I only going to the house with 2,000-3,000, even 4,000? Like what? Fuck is y'all talking about? And I'm paying for the insurance, and I'm you know what I'm saying? Like we gotta. That's what I be saying. We gotta have these conversations. Those are the conversations they need to have and trying to find out where could they pull some money from to give to the truckers?
Right.
What do we need to do? That's all I'm saying. Just like, you know,
Yeah,
not
let us
nothing
get a
crazy.
PPE loan.
That's all. Not nothing
Man, where you
crazy.
get that
Not
from?
nothing, you know, not nothing too crazy. We ain't trying to goddamn, you know, we ain't trying to.
I said, give us the PPP. Shit,
Yeah,
I'll take one.
Yeah, bro, like, stop playing. Like, we know y'all, because y'all charging these people that's ordering these things. I know y'all hitting them across the head. So, like, come on, bro, stop playing with me. Let me get it. Let me get $300 or $500 more. Like, come
Right,
on, man.
right.
Like, let me eat too. Everybody else eating. Damn, I can't eat a
Right.
little bit. Come on, bro. And now y'all talking about
We should be
self-driving and
getting more
all
than
that.
what we getting, of course.
But hold on, now y'all talking
You know
about
what I'm saying?
self-driving and
But
all that. So
I still
basically,
feel like
now you saying
the
I ain't
only
shit now.
way that we get what we deserve is motherfuckers just don't take the cheap freight. And when you look at it as a whole, we all know who's taking the cheap freight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all know that.
See, now what if that's something that's just ain't fixable, man? Cause that's how I be looking at that. It ain't really fixable, you know, because it's trucking is kind of like a hustle, so it get like that sometimes. You feel what I'm trying to say, cuz? It just the way the nature of the trucking business is, especially in a driver perspective, it get like that. You know what I mean? Because we have our stuff going on. You know, we got a science to what we do too. So it gets like that. It gets like that. You know what I mean? Just the nature of the business. That's why I understand the foreign brothers. I don't agree with it, but I see why they do it because trucking over here in America is different from trucking in China and all that. You know, they got a dictatorship, so they probably already got them capped out in these other countries and stuff. They probably, you know, they don't play in them other countries like that. But over here, you know, this is the land of the free. You know, they let stuff happen and then they make rules wise going on. That's how we do stuff here. So what I'm saying is that might not be something we can fix because just because of the nature of the business. You know what I mean? It get like that. Guys be wanting to go home. They take that freight. Guys just ain't feeling it this week. They do stuff like that. They just don't feel like brain wrestling like what we're talking about. They don't feel like doing the brain wrestling with the broker, you know, just mentally drained. And especially with a foreign person that's probably being mentally drained, you know, daily. Especially if I'm up, if you know, I'm out of my element. You know what I mean? I don't understand what's going on. You know, I ain't making excuses for them, but that with them taking cheap freight, that might not be something we could fix because of the nature of the business. This business has the word hustle attached to it. And that could beat, especially a foreigner, that's gonna beat them up. That's gonna beat them up. That's why they using the bathroom in the truck with a hole and all that. They just trying to do what they could do to be able to move at 100 miles an hour like you and Cuz. They trying to be able to move. They don't know how y'all doing it. And still able to do stuff, go out, do this, do that. And boy, these foreigners, they be out here getting it. If you notice, y'all be doing all type of stuff, sitting at the house doing that, got stuff going on, building a whole nother business. Boy, they be out here running ASS to C. You understand what I'm saying? We on vacations, all type of stuff. They ain't doing none of that. So it's the nature of the trucking business in America is high intensity, dog. Very high intensity. You know, and so it drives you to take cheap freight because you got to figure it out. It's a hustle. And you know, people gonna leave you out here, especially them foreigners, because you know they're gonna get left out here. We get left out here. We gonna get left out here to swim with these sharks and figure it out. And this thing, it can swallow you up, dog. It'll swallow you up. It'll swallow your money up, your family, everything. It'll do it. It'll do it. So the cheap freight stuff, it's a mental thing, and it's gonna happen. It's not gonna. That's why I say we gotta pull money from other places. The money is in what we doing now. Like it's money in this load that I'm pulling. We gotta find it. They gotta figure out.
So Black. So Black. Let me ask you this. What you think need to change? Because I asked y'all said the maintenance. He said they need to change the rate per hour on the maintenance. Dream said what he said. You know about
Dream said the maintenance, didn't he?
About Dreams, he agreed with Young, but he mainly said, you know, like the transparency with the rates and everything like that. And he said something about the me no speaker English.
Right.
He said something else. He said something else. What else?
And I said that the it's basically what he was saying about the maintenance. But what I'm saying is to have they rates adjust with what we got going on.
And
what we got cheap freight. You know what I'm saying? They rates should go down. If we making money, then let them rates go up. They get easy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But don't kill us when we ain't making money and your motherfucking your hourly rate is so motherfucking high to what we already ain't making money as it is.
Yeah.
So what I think they need to have minimums on rates. We gotta have standards. We gotta have minimums on rates. It need to be. That's why I say the feds. I feel like the feds need to get involved based on the driver, not just trying to police us. And I understand that, but they need to get involved as far as our wages. Like we need help here. We know what I mean? We need to, you know what I mean? We need them to get involved as far as what we get paid. We need some minimums. They have to start demanding more from these big companies. It's just a delivery, man. Like y'all making money on the materials. I'm just a piece of delivery guy. Like relax. I'm just asking for some more money out of the situation that you and this person that's buying this stuff got going on. That's all.
But what if they
you know what I mean?
What if they giving a rate and what if they giving you a good rate, but you got so many motherfuckers chopping it up?
What you mean
chop?
What you mean chop?
Is giving that good rate. What if that shipper? What I mean?
Go ahead.
You got the broker,
right?
Or you got the company you leased on to. They chopping that bitch before they give it to you. The broker chopping that bitch. So what if you don't really know unless
that's
you
what
direct.
Listen, that's what's happening. That's what's happening. And that's what I was saying is like we need to we need to have that conversation. That's what I feel like in trucking. Like the feds need to step in. We gotta have the feds step in. We need them to step in. We need, I rather politicians not step in, but I really don't want no politics stepping in. Just feds, drivers, and whoever can make these last decisions. Not no freaking political thing or whatever. Like we need them to stay out of it because once they commercialize it, then that's how we gonna end up getting buzzed out. You know what I mean? Because then it's just fake. But just something. We need the feds to get involved just as far as our wages.
I'm gonna tell you this right here, Black. Ain't nobody finna drive no truck like what we doing for no pennies. I'm telling you that right now.
Nah. And for the most part, we not.
Can hang it up. They can hang that up.
Nah. And you know, from
I'll
our
just
understanding,
go do something else.
right now,
I'll go
look,
do something else.
from our understanding, we're not. But you know, like what Dream was saying, and that's what I was saying, is like the person that's ordering these hazmat fluids, the person that's ordering this lumber, they're being charged more than, you know, I think what they giving me on this load, $800. The person they're being charged more than $800, which, okay, I agree, they're supposed to be, right? But what I'm saying is that they could be getting charged. They could be charging them $3,000 and only giving me $800, and that's what needs to change. Like, we gotta have, because the money is here. The money is in. The money is on deck. We keep thinking that the money ain't. No, the money on deck. How the money ain't on deck when we moving these items that cost tens of thousands of dollars, and you ain't giving me nothing but 4 figures. You not finna tell me ain't no money here. It's money on deck. So we got to figure out, you know, they got to have a conversation. We need the feds to get involved about these wages. We need some minimums. We need some minimums where trucks need to get paid if them wheels are turning. We need some minimums. Point blank, period. This is what's it. I don't care these companies. You gotta pay it. You know, I don't care. You got to, I guess you got to, you know, you got to upcharge the customer that's ordering your stuff. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But the money is in the loads. It's money there. You can't tell me it ain't none. Especially with Dream them moving. You can't come on, bro. You moving hazardous liquid and all that. Man, that money there. Ain't no telling what they charging these people ordering that by the gallon. And you coming in with a whole tank. What? Nah, bro. Y'all got it. Like, stop playing. Give me $200-$300 more, man. That's all I'm saying. You ain't gotta break the bank, but man, come on, man. Give me something out of that. Give me a little bit more out of that. You know what I'm saying? So, however y'all gotta do it. If you gotta, you know, what you finna say, cuz?
I feel what you're saying, and it is too many hands in the money. You know, even like, you know, we all leased on to a company, even like that. Like,
Right.
it should be a law in place to where you give me the actual rate. We know you chopping it, and then giving us the percentage off of what you chop. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? So
Right.
I can see that, but it's like, how can that even be regulated?
Man, that's why I say they gotta have a conversation about it and then start trying to put it together. You know, it's like, and like I say, the people that do that, they're gonna know what we talking about. Like, it don't got nothing to do with, or they should know, because it's like, we're not talking about breaking the bank. I'm not talking about, well, okay, Dream gonna make, you know, $6,000, you know, for 300 miles or something like that. Which, I mean, it should, you know, but we're not talking about that. Just something, you know, and I ain't talking about, you know, okay, I do flatbed, right? I do a load, 200 something miles. It paid $1,400, 1,400 and some change, right? No, it paid 1,500 because it was basically like 300 something. Paid 1,500 and a little bit of change. I'm talking about, you know, adding on to that. You know, at least need to be 1,800, something like that. Like, give us a little bit more, man. Stop. You know, like, cause the money is in what we pulling. Stop. You only giving me 1,500, but I'm pulling a lumber that's fooling my whole trailer up. 70 some, you know, got me at 78,000 pounds. I'm pulling some lumber. I know y'all charging, you know, ABC Supply. Y'all got to be charging them $20,000-$30,000. You ain't give me number
Yeah.
15. Come on, bro. Like, come on, 15. That's all you finna give me. Like, if y'all want to bring up diesel, bring diesel gas up. I don't care. Give me more bread. Bring diesel up
Hey,
to $3,
Red,
$4,
you you you
$3.50
you
standard, because you know they got to
you
get us
read
somehow. Bring it
you
up.
read Red comment.
What he said?
He said that ELD mopped all them old heads up.
And he said you can't beat the brokers. Yeah, that's another thing with the brokers. I'm looking into becoming a broker too, man. I'm looking into that.
Man, that's how you gonna beat them. If you can't beat them, join them.
I'm looking into that too. I'm gonna do that while I'm out here. But let me tell you, look, let me tell you something though.
Join them, dog.
Let me tell you something too. Also, or either something like this, right? Let the broker make it to where the broker gotta have cargo insurance, not me. Since he could take what he want out of the rate, he got to have cargo insurance, not me.
They got to have insurance too, Black.
They got that bonding insurance. That's just in case. If I'm moving a load for them.
I think they gotta have so much insurance.
No, Black, right?
It's just a bonding insurance. It could be like 100-some thousand.
It's not insurance as far as the load.
It's a bonding. It's just like, let's say the truck breakdown. Yeah, that's all. Like if the truck breakdown, and I gotta turn my truck in because I can't pay for it, and the load is at a mechanic shop or something like that. You know what I mean? They gotta,
It's bonded. The load is bonded to the broker,
right?
And the broker, so that becomes the broker load. So whatever happens to the load, the broker gotta be in control of that, not the shipper. So he just bonded to the load till it gets to delivery.
Right.
And he gotta have like 100,000. You right, but I gotta have
like 100-some thousand. But we gotta have 1 to 2 million.
Yeah.
You understand? Like, and it's like, why is it 2 insurances? Like, come on, man. Like, we need to work something out. Something like, okay, the broker could do what he do. All right, let him do what he do. Get what? Y'all have this cargo insurance now. That's y'all thing. You pay, you get the 1 to 2 million. You deal with that now. You understand what I'm saying? Make some more regulations, because I get it. Okay, make some more regulations for me being a trucker now, since I don't gotta have that insurance. Do something else, because they gotta come with something else. Go ahead and do that. All right, cool, fine. But now, even if you busted me on the rate, I got less expenses now. So I ain't got to worry about this insurance now. I just got to have Bob tell. That's it. The insurance or whatever going on with the load, that's on the broker. So guess what? Go ahead and buzz me out on the rate. I ain't worrying about that. The load supposed to pay $1,500 or whatever. You only give me $1,200. All right, that's cool. I got less expenses. I ain't worrying about it. I ain't worrying about no insurance. We got to, and these are just ideas that I was thinking about years ago. Because I used to be on YouTube and I was telling them boys about the union and stuff like that. But I felt like I was like, the old heads should have been doing that. And so some of the guys like a little bit up under us, you know what I mean, and they 60s and stuff like that. This is what they should have been doing instead of fighting over companies, treating these damn companies like they football teams. Y'all should have been really worrying about some money, trying to come up with a union, trying to, get a, lobby, do something, trying to, really get to some money, because this trucking money is serious. And if you ain't coming with a structured way, you ain't finna get no money up out of this, because everybody got their hands in the pot. Everybody got their hands in the pot. You understand? Everybody got their hands in this pot, man. It's big business.
I'm so tired of a motherfucking broker. I'm so tired of a broker. A motherfucker.
Listen though, Tony, it's big business.
But this is what I'm saying.
Listen, who getting messed over though? The person that's ordering the fuel. They don't know what's going on. All they know, I gotta pay $120 for everything come here. I'm finna pay it because I know I'm finna make me about a half a bean, or I'm finna make me about $750 off this one, off this one little, So I'm gonna just pay that $120. I ain't got whatever dream and these brokers and whatever they time I got. I'm finna pay that $120 and keep doing my business. The customer don't know what's going on. He out of the loop.
It depends on what kind of contract it is, because sometimes the customer got to pay for the load to get there. You see what I'm saying, Black? Sometimes it be the customer, sometimes it be the ship.
Okay.
It's just whatever the contract saying.
Okay. Now see, I didn't know that. That just slowed me down a little bit. Okay. I ain't know that now. I ain't know that.
Yeah. It just depends on whatever the contract is. Because I can order something from you and I can say, well, I'll take care of it. Whatever contract they got going on, however they bargain, because just like you said, it ain't
Damn.
no regulations in trucking, period, for real. But DOT. But anything else, you know what I'm saying, it's wide open. Me
Yeah,
and you can
okay
discuss
today.
a
Yeah.
contract right now. You know what I'm saying? And get that shit written out, get that shit on paper, and that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? And I can see your point to where it's fucked up too.
Dream, I ain't gonna lie though, but with you saying that, because but see, with it being like that, then I don't know. Then everything I just said, I don't know, because if it's like that, then this thing is wide open. It ain't, it ain't. You pretty much kind of got to get it how you live, because if that's what's going on, then I don't know. I don't know then. You know what I'm saying?
All we
This
gonna
thing
do,
is crazy, man.
the only way we beat the broker is to become the broker. What I mean by that is to get direct freight. It's to knock on these motherfucking doors yourself and goddamn it, talk to somebody and you know what I'm saying, go like
Right.
that. That's the only way you can cut the middleman out is finding the plug yourself. You see what I'm saying? And
Right.
that's just it.
Yep,
Yeah.
because y'all truckers, y'all the one with the assets. The brokers need y'all too. Brokers
Right.
ain't
Yeah,
got
but
no
you
truck
know what?
Yeah.
or no trailer.
You see, that's why I had to slow down for a minute, because see, with that whole dynamic there, because what I'm saying, I'm thinking that, okay, the shipper, or I'm thinking that the customer, but if it's certain situations where, if that's not solid, and you got situations where, okay, look, we gon', it's 20 pieces of lumber got to go over here to Noonan. Don't worry about it. We gonna take care of the delivery. Then that just I don't know, man. I don't know then.
It go by case by case. Just say, Black, you got something, I'm trying to buy it. We're gonna sit down and most of freight, what we gotta understand is most of these freight is going to the same place doing the same thing. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Most of these shippers got
And
contracts.
customers, right.
Yeah, these people got contracts. This freight going
Right.
to the same place damn near all the time.
Right.
These people got contracts, dedicated
Right.
shit going on.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So when they
Right.
talking that
Right.
talk, when they talking that talk with the contract, they like, all right, well, we can send this, and that. All right, it's gonna cost this, and they might negotiate the price. They might say, okay, well, we'll pay that, but y'all handle the truck
Right.
to get it to me. Oh, they might
But
say,
now let me ask you a question. With that right there, right? Now, so that means if we unionize, now we're hurting what they got going on. You see what I'm saying? Because
we
now
ain't heard.
that's like a thorn on their side. Because now it's like,
No,
oh man, now I got to talk to these old truckers
no,
now and this union
no,
stuff now.
no, because the rate is gonna be the same, and we gonna still eat. Because if we cutting out the middle, man, we still gonna eat. We got we got anywhere from
Yep,
$500, $1,000 added to the load.
Yeah, see
it's just
what
less
you
hands
doing
in.
now. That's what I'm trying to look at too. Is like it's some more money in there, but me, I'm trying to do it a way where everybody is good. Because with what you saying, and you're right, and I didn't think of that. These places, like they already have, like what bruh said, like what cuz saying, like they already got stuff worked out. Jimmy and Bob already done there. Look, Bob, look, don't worry about that. Don't worry about the truckers. You ordering 140 pieces of these, you understand, 140 loads. Don't even worry about the delivery. We're gonna take care of that. And Bob cut them a whole half a check and a half on. So when you got them two big dogs doing it like that, now if they got to say, okay, well, hold on, Bob, look here, they got the truckers union, and not now we got to pay this amount, you see what I'm saying?
Oh, so, Black, listen to me. Hear me out, Black. Hear me out. If they didn't have the trucking union, you would be getting the same price. Just say, okay, the broker getting $500 to $1,000 off the load.
Right.
So that same load you was paying that was paying you $2,500 with the broker, that bitch done jumped up to $3,500 without the broker.
Right.
So the company, so whoever doing the shipping and whoever paying for the shipping, they price is the same. We just cutting out the broker.
We got
and getting the broker's money added to the load.
Dang, but how we gonna now look? Cause brokers are needed. You know what I'm saying? Because we gotta. Well, all right, check this out. Technology is gonna have to be, because they are needed for something. So we gotta have you're gonna have to, if they're gonna take brokers out, they gotta replace it with technology. You see what I'm saying? They gotta replace it with a cloud system, some type of app.
Man,
something.
Listen, Black. I got a homie right now. I got a homie right now. He got direct freight. They send that shit to him. He got this little thing, probably small as your goddamn
the phone or something.
Probably small and flat as your arm. They print them out, all that shit. Print out all his loads right there in the truck. It printed out to him. So you don't need no broker now. You don't
I'm not saying, but in some, because you gotta remember, it's a lot of volume of freight out here. So it's like, you know what I mean? Everybody just doing direct shipper. You gotta have some, it's gonna be, it could possibly slow down. Like you're gonna have to have something in the middle to connect.
It ain't gonna be nothing, Black.
To a shipper. We gotta have something to connect me. I agree with that, but we gotta have something to connect. Because I need something to connect with a shipper in Maine, like a load board. But we gotta have, you know what I mean, like some type of load board type thing. It gotta be something to connect. The broker is supposedly the connection. That's why they have the load board. The broker is posting their loads on the load board, because the broker is the connection to me and a shipper that needs something to go to Maine.
Just like Rail just said, we got to start, knocking
Rail.
on
It's more doors. Rail. It's more doors than drivers, bro. Rail.
Well, see, that's the thing.
A good thing. That's a good thing.
Nah, it is a good thing. But it's a good thing, and it's kind of like because it's
I mean, it's more freight than trucks.
Can I get to these doors fast enough to where these items? Because remember, I'm the person ordering the items. I don't got nothing to do with this, y'all soap opera y'all got going on about this. I'm ordering this stuff that I need. Me and Bob got this stuff going on. I don't got nothing to do with what y'all talking about. Okay.
So check it out. So if you was a company, right?
Right.
If you was a company, you got freight, this and that. You got freight, you got to pump it, this and that. And I come to you and I say, man, look, man, I know you got freight coming in and out of here, this and that. I can guarantee you I got 5 trucks to run your load all the time.
Right.
I'm guaranteeing you this. Now you got a broker that's hoping somebody get these motherfucking loads.
Right.
Somebody do this, but I'm guaranteeing you, look, I am gonna run these motherfuckers all the time, every time, this and that. I'm gonna give you that peace of mind.
Right.
Yep.
Right. I see what you're saying. It just hit now. It just hit.
It's one phone call.
Yeah.
It's one phone call. Straight to the trucking company. We got called no broker. We call the trucking company.
I see what Cuz saying. And you're right. It's just you know, both situations, you know, whether y'all agree with me or not, both situations are needed, unfortunately, because it's more things that are being moved than it is brokers, drivers,
Man,
and guys.
I don't think we need
And
brokers.
then two black. And then two black. Think
Yes,
about
sir.
two black. If you are that supplier, they need that product, and
Right,
it's not a broker to broker that load for you. How much you really gonna pay to get that load to you now? Because you know that's how you operate your business. You willing to pay that trucker now?
Yeah,
You willing to pay now?
right,
and then on top of that, Black, you dealing with a dispatcher, you putting it on the board, hoping somebody get the load. What if don't
right,
nobody get the load? Now your customer looking at it, where our shit at?
right. Now I know, and
Right.
that happens. You know that happens. That happens every day. Probably, probably every 4-5 hours. You know that's the nature of the business.
Yeah. So
You
now,
know that
when
happens.
you come back
But
to
I
the
was saying it's like, you know,
but hear me out, Black. So
okay,
now when you come back, that shit been happening, this and
okay,
that. Okay, we on a 6-month contract. Now when you come back to the table, they don't want to deal with you. They just fulfill the contract 6 months. We gonna go somebody else because we need our shit. We in business. So now you done lost a contract when you could have just
right,
had me and my 5 trucks
right,
dedicating this shit for you.
Yep.
right.
Yep.
See, I see what you're saying,
Yep.
and see, let me tell you something. And that's why you have brokers having multiple trucks, because that they see what's going on. They're dealing with directly. I'm gonna tell you something. I see basically what, and I agree with this too. More guys need to go that route. More guys, men and women, truckers, period, should go that route. You know what I mean? And try to establish themselves as a small
Hell
carrier and
yeah.
stuff like that.
Man, listen,
It's
Black.
just the
Hell
way
yeah.
the business is, with the way the business is, you can't you can. I'm not gonna say what you can't do, but if you
See,
just come off the street,
I wanna go that route so bad, but I know it's gonna take value. What I mean by that
yeah,
is it's gonna take me to come to a shipper like that. It's gonna take
right,
for a motherfucker to move. It's gonna take like, man, I got 3 trucks, I got 5 trucks. Man, we all run this low. You know what I'm saying? To
right,
have that. You probably can get away with it with 1 truck, this and that. I ain't saying you can't, but it look better when you can come and you can come
right.
with
You
with
got four,
multiple.
five trucks,
Yeah.
right, right. Cause that's all the
Yeah.
broker doing.
Uh-huh.
That's all the broker doing. The broker got my number,
The broker
your
and the bigger
number,
carrier.
Gerald number, number 9 there. Look what I'm
Yeah,
finna do. So
yeah.
the shipper just know that's why I'm thinking about. That's why I'm looking into getting into it, because I already see what
Yeah,
they
do
do.
it.
You know
Do
what
it,
I'm
Black.
saying?
Do it.
Yeah, cause you already see what they do. You ain't
Do it,
even really
bro.
like, I ain't got the trucks, but long as I don't gotta actually own none of the trucks.
That's right. That's right. You
You
ain't
see what
gotta.
I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
And you can
Uh-huh.
tell.
And
You can tell the broker, man, I had 10 trucks over there.
yeah,
You know
I
what
can
I'm
say whatever. And
saying?
look, I can say I got 10 and only have 6.
Yeah.
I can do that. And just finesse the other 4 out. Look, when let's try to postpone that tomorrow. It's hustling and wiggling. You feel what I'm saying? I get I get what Cuz saying though, and he right. You know what I mean? I just feel like it's so much freight. Like over here in America, it's so much being moved. It's like even if we all just say we're gonna do that, that's still not enough people to keep. That's why it's a business. It's just not enough. It's never gonna be enough. That's how I look.
But then,
Unfortunately,
okay. So just
No,
you're
like
it
gonna
ain't
this.
gonna
have
never
to
be enough.
have brokers because it's just so much going on. Because you gotta remember, Dream, you can't be everywhere at once. So when you got your 5 trucks moving, it's 500 other loads that gotta be moved. You know what I'm saying? That gotta be moved the
But see,
same day.
if that was the case, though, Black, if that was the case right now,
Mm-hmm.
right? these rates will be better because they'll want you to take they freight before you take somebody else. So I don't know I don't really know. I think it's more trucks, you know what I'm saying, than
It is way more
anything.
trucks.
Because if you sit there and
Right.
look at it, if I own the business and I got a warehouse and that motherfucker next door to me got a warehouse and we both need a flatbed, and I know if it's a drought, I'm gonna pay a little bit more for my load because I need my shit moved. So it
Right.
ain't. I don't really think it's the truck situation, man. I think it's plenty trucks.
Listen,
It's
up
too
and
many
down.
trucks.
It's
It's
up and down
oversaturated.
because they got an actual chart that
And
charts that. So
that's
it's
what I
up and
believe
down.
too. Just like he said, it's oversaturated to me. I think
It
it's the
is.
opposite
It
of that.
is. But we have our days. You know, sometimes it is. It's like, remember, trucking, we're moving. So it's not just going to all just be oversaturated in the whole United States. It might just be, okay, the Midwest a little oversaturated right now. Okay, the Northwest. Okay, Southeast. It's more like that because they got a chart. Y'all be watching that lady with the glasses that go live. She talks about this. Y'all know what I'm talking about that. You know, so I watch her too. And I'm looking at, you know, there's a chart that charts these things, you know what I mean? So, you know, it's I ain't gonna say it's a hit or miss. I'm gonna just say, you know, not all the time. You know what I mean? Plus trucks have to get worked on, stuff like that. It's just not, you know, this is a volatile, I'm talking about highly volatile. If you want a definition of a volatile business, trucking is at the top. You know what I mean? Besides people that trade, you know, stocks, and they even got a kind of they can have a better system. I ain't gonna say better, but they can have a more consistency. Trading stocks in forex and crypto could be a little bit more consistent, sometimes yearly, than trucking. But trucking is just a volatile business, so sometimes it's more trucks, sometimes it's not. You know what I mean? But there's always more freight. It's always more freight. You know what I mean?
It's gonna be like
you
that.
just might have to travel to get it. But hear me out when I'm saying that.
Go ahead.
Totally in the United States. Ultimately, I'm not just saying in Dakota or just in a specific area. Ultimately, in America, in America, United States, there's always more loads. It's just how far you willing to travel to go get it. It's always some drugs with some loads for you to get.
See, you know, and the thing is, you're right, Black. The thing is about that is that's why the rates are what they are. Because it's too many trucks and they take that cheap freight and they drive the market down.
Yeah, they drive the market down.
Let's say you do got a load in Washington State and he can't get nobody coming there to move his load. He gonna pay top dollar for somebody to come get that motherfucker. He gonna pay.
Right.
Because he need it moved.
Right.
But he'll the broker find somebody cheap, take that motherfucker from Washington State down to damn Texas for $1.70 a mile in a semi.
Right.
And you crazy.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's
he gonna find somebody.
That's true.
He gonna find somebody. But if the market not saturated like how it is.
Yeah, no, that's true. You know, I don't know if we're gonna, because you know, trucking like a hustle, so you know, businesses like this, you ain't gonna never really be able to get around that. Somebody always gonna be lowballing. There's always somebody gonna come out there short stopping.
Right, but that's the thing. It's too many of them short stopping at this point.
It is.
When they were talking about back in 2020, it was a driver shortage.
About right there.
It is.
They talked about it was a driver shortage.
It is.
It didn't want no driver shortage. That was propaganda.
Yeah.
It wasn't no driver shortage.
It is.
That was propaganda. That was getting more people on the road to get this cheap freight moved.
But look, big bro, what I was telling, like what I was saying earlier, right? Is it because of the nature of the business why it's a lot of short stopping? You see what I'm saying? You know,
no.
I think it means no speaker English like Green said.
You goddamn
right.
Yeah.
Remember, they fall up under that. They have to deal with the nature of the business too. So now it's
Yeah,
even rougher for them
but
because
this what I'm
I
saying.
don't speak
Black,
no
Now,
English, so
Black,
I
Black,
can't
they don't have
bargain.
to make as much as you gotta make, Matt Black. They don't have to make as much as you gotta make. They not paying their drivers, Nathaniel. They
Right.
driver not getting paid, Nathaniel.
Nathaniel. Nothing.
Nah, you ain't lying. You ain't lying. I already know. I know for a fact.
man,
Cause I say,
listen,
listen,
you call a broker and you tell them, they say, when a motherfucker, the only thing a motherfucker can say is yes, 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 yes.
That boy is
They
crazy.
don't even know where they going. Listen, you seen that dude?
stop.
You seen that dude I was talking
Man,
to?
stop,
He didn't
bro.
even know where he
See,
was
Chill,
going.
man.
see,
Listen.
see,
Come, boy,
see.
listen here. I'm calling Habib all the time. Boy, Habib don't say nothing but yes.
Yes,
Hey, Habib, look here, man.
yes,
Boy, Habib, boy, this load on fire right now, man. Go ahead and take this thing up there to North Dakota for me, man.
yes.
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 Yes. That's my man right here. Look, I'm gonna pay you. I'm gonna pay you in 2 weeks. Yes. All right.
Yes.
Hey, look, Habib, boy, I'm gonna take $200-300 out of. You know, I got a few little things going on, but it's gonna be there. Yes.
And then,
Yes.
and then, and then I'm gonna tell you what a broker do. Soon as they hear that accent, that load done drop $3 a mile.
Oh hell,
Instantly.
Listen,
ain't lying.
man. Y'all don't. Hey,
Instantly.
do you blame the brokers or talk to me? Do you
Nah,
do you
I don't
blame
Hell
blame
them?
no, I don't
Right?
blame the broker. No,
Listen,
I don't
you
blame
ain't
the
gotta
broker.
look. I'm
But
at this an honest question.
but go
Do
ahead.
you blame the brokers for doing that?
Nah,
No. But this go back
You
to
don't
what
gotta
Dream was
say
saying
no.
earlier.
Listen, you ain't gotta say no.
I don't blame the
Uh-huh.
brokers, but when you hear my motherfucking accent, you make sure you know what the price gonna be. That's
There
all
you
I gotta
go.
say.
There you go. There you go.
Listen, what that thing
That's
There
is,
you go.
man. Listen, man.
There you
You gotta
go.
be built to last, dog. You gotta be built to last
There
for
you
this,
go.
man.
And
It
there with
ain't
them
no
going back
joke.
to what Dream was saying earlier too. He was
It
talking
ain't
about with
no
the
joke,
trucking
man.
school.
I don't know.
They just be pushing people through. Just get people on the
yeah,
road.
But
yeah.
So,
it's a hustle, man, and that's the thing. I grew up around foreigners, so I know how they is. You know what I'm saying? I ain't talking about, Haitians. They gonna be on point. But I grew up around a few foreigners, Spanish, whatever. Now sometimes with them, they just don't know the vibes. You feel what I'm saying? They don't know how it works. They gonna still be in it, but they don't know how it works. They don't know they getting messed over. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes that's how it is. And they might find out like 2 years later after they done already got them a crib, renting them a crib. They already got their family over here. They done got the rest of their family over here because they got to pay to get the rest of their family over, and then they'll figure out from their own people, that they getting messed over. So they get exploited, man. You know what I mean? They get exploited. It ain't really too much you could do, because of the language barrier. Because it ain't like me and Dream and Gerald and it ain't like we all four of us could just put them up on game because of the language barrier. So because they gonna act like they understand what we saying, but they don't really know.
I don't
So
want to put them up on
it's
game.
just the foreigner is
yes,
just an easy
yes,
target, man. They're an easy target,
yes,
man. But let me tell you something. I feel like around that time the brokers, this is why they gotta have they gotta be regulated. Because if they was regulated, then they wouldn't be able to. I can't worry about this person's language or how he sound or his tone. You know what I'm saying? Because I got rules that I gotta abide by. Otherwise, I'm going to the clink. Or if I get caught, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be in a bad spot. And guess what?
yeah,
The government already dealing with them. So it ain't my business. You know what I'm saying? How he sound over the phone. I know I get a minimum and that's it. They got to create some minimums for them and some caps. They got to cap them off. You know. Now let
So
me ask
back
you a
on
question.
that, Black.
If they
Go
cap
ahead.
brokers off, how would that affect what how would that affect freight?
That increase the rate.
But remember now, you still got the shipper.
Yes.
Well, if they cap the brokers and the shipper understand that they capping the brokers now, will that
The
affect?
shipper gonna pay.
No,
Are they
because the
gonna
shipper
pay,
gonna
or is he gonna cut
The
his
shipper
off
gonna
though?
pay.
Or is
the
he
shipper
gonna?
gonna pay.
No. The
The
shipper gonna
contract,
pay.
the contract's the contract, Black. Black and white is black and
Okay,
white.
okay,
The
yo.
shipper gonna pay. Cause that's their business. They got this lumber going from here to there. I need that move. I need
Right,
my money, so I need that move.
right. Or what Cuz saying is it's already locked in what we paying
Yeah,
to
it's
get it.
already,
Yes.
because that's already
Yeah.
freight. That's most of all the freight. Most of
Is
all the
that kind of
freight.
a reach? Is that kind of a reach though? What you saying now? Is
Hear
you
me out.
reaching a little bit?
Hear me out. Most of all the freight is damn near dedicated. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get
Right.
my wood
Yep.
from this
Yep.
place all the motherfucking time we do. Most of that shit is dedicated contract work. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Everything is damn near contract work. You know,
Right.
with
Right.
the people up top.
Right.
With the people up top, that shit contracted. That's all. That's stuff. You know what I'm saying? But when you coming down, I think the dispatcher, whatever you want to call him, I think he should get anywhere from 2 to 5% of the load. That's it.
Right.
Right.
Each load he book.
Right.
Okay.
2 to 5%.
Right.
So
See, that's some good money
whatever
though.
that add up to, you know what I'm saying? Whatever that add up to, man.
Well,
I know this.
you might be getting them too much. You might be getting them
but
too
for
much
real,
money, boy.
I know this.
But see the thing.
Straight up. I know this. Number owner operators, right? It's a number owner operator. The dispatchers over there get 2% of every load they book, so they own their shit. They own it. They don't get paid by shit like that. 2% of each load they book. So that job is based on if they keeping this driver moving or not.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So
and if they getting a good load or not, they gonna try to get you a good load. Now the more money you make, the more money they make.
For real, instead of that motherfucker goddamn waiting on 5 o'clock
But
and hoping you don't call his phone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Blair, they don't get paid like that over here. They get paid by the hour. Gerald, you know they don't get paid by the loads we do.
Just like Black was saying, like you
It's a 9 to
Black.
5 for but the dispatch over here where I'm at is a 9 to 5. They don't work like they don't.
Yeah,
but that's because everything built in. But everything built in with them. See, that's how they mega carriers win. Mega carrier, they got trucks, they got trailers,
right.
They got brokerage,
doing all
and they got
that.
dispatch.
Carrier ain't doing all that. They finna give you an
They all
hourly rate,
in-house.
salary, and that's it.
Everything in-house. So that's how they win.
I feel like everything we talking about, these are things that need to be like, it's a lot that need to be addressed, man. In trucking, it's a lot that got to be addressed. You know, and it's gonna take it's gonna take some time. These things will take years to really. I'm not saying I'm that long, but it's gonna take some years. It'll take some years. They got to start the conversation, but for them to really structure it, in my opinion, it'll probably take a while. You know, because you got to get people on board, and you know, this is a normal way of how this business is being ran. What we talking about is changing that, you know, and that's always gonna be a problem. You know what I mean? You got brokers out here make plenty of money. You got millionaire brokerages out here, you know, $1 million brokerages out here, probably in the tens of millions. You know, could possibly be in the hundreds. I could probably be reaching. So when, like I be telling y'all, when you dealing with something that's generating a lot of money, people not going easy. You see what I'm saying? People not just going easy. You wouldn't do it. You wouldn't just be going easy. You got a brokerage, and your brokerage on the side bringing you, 70-something, $100-something $1,000. You got a few little employees. You feel what I'm saying? It's bringing you $250,000 a year. You ain't just finna be, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't structure a piece of your life around that. So somebody telling you, hey, look here, man, y'all gonna have to get look here, you ain't y'all capped out at this, that, and it bring you from making $250,000 to 100-some thousand. Now you gotta lose a few employees. Now you feel what I'm saying? So it's that's why I'm saying this. I'm not saying the reason why I'm saying this. I'm trying to bring some I just want people to kind of see that that's the reason why these things don't just happen like that, because you got people that got it generates a lot of money. So when you got stuff generating a lot of money, stuff not just gonna happen like that. It's gonna be fights. It's gonna be and it could get even crazier than that. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna get too get too wild with it, but it can get bad because that's a lot of money. So it could get bad. It could get bad.
Tabernacle.
Even
Tabernacle.
even
Church is session. Tabernacle.
Nah,
Church
Tab.
is session.
Tab, you got to pull up, boy. You talking about riding with my trainee?
Yeah,
Shout out to my boy Tabernacle, man.
Yeah.
My dog a legend out here in these YouTube streets, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Shout out to Tab, man. Straight
y'all
up.
Make sure y'all go follow Tabernacle.
Follow that boy.
Flatbed
Trucking.
Yes,
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Motion.
Church.
That boy stay with some motion going on.
Yeah,
but I'm saying, like, that's the reason, in my opinion, why, they kind of don't really talking about the brokerages, because you got a lot of them, they making millions of dollars, tens of millions of dollars. And, you got mega carriers, they got brokerages. So it's like you got TMC got a brokerage. These people is making tens of millions of dollars.
And I own one truck. Yeah, bitch.
You see, but what y'all think about that?
C.H. Robinson.
That you know what I mean? That you see what I'm saying?
A truck.
You talking about capping that? What y'all think about that? Because now you getting into some dangerous territory, talking about capping that. When a person out here making
capping what?
When you dealing with brokerages that's making millions of dollars yearly, and you're talking about putting a cap on them.
Well, see, the big brokerages still gonna eat. That's just like when they were changing the rules with it. Go ahead.
No. I'm just saying, big bro, but think about what I'm saying though. You see what I'm saying? You talking about capping me out, and I'm making tens of millions of dollars a year. I got 300 employees. Huh?
A broker ain't shit without the shipper and the driver.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Say that one more time, Green.
A broker can easily be out the way. They ain't shit without the shipper and the driver. They ain't doing shit else.
Nope.
I know. But just think about what I'm saying. Think about the money, and then think about that. What you see what I'm trying to say? Like, that's a lot of money. Like, businesses don't just, a lot could happen.
But
trying to go that route. That's what I'm trying to say. A lot can happen.
It's simple though. It's simple. It's simple as this, man. We talking about trucking, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when we talking about trucking, we talking about the number one asset in trucking is the truck and the driver.
Mm-hmm.
So fuck the broker and fuck the
that's
shipper.
Personal though. That's personal though.
No.
Green,
what
that's
I'm saying
personal.
Is, no,
let's keep it business. That's personal.
You think you need a broker to move freight? Do I? If we didn't have a broker, can we still move freight?
Listen. I know truck drivers that go direct through the shipper. I done
Right.
met truck driver at a shipper that telling me they going direct through the shipper, telling me how much the load paying.
Right.
Say they all
See what I'm
direct
saying?
from the shipper. I done met
Yeah.
plenty guys out here doing that.
That's just like
Right.
that's just like these trucking companies. They're just like these trucking companies. What they don't understand, these dispatchers, these terminal managers, they are a motherfucking expense.
Yo,
Yep.
listen.
Yep.
No,
Yep. They are
you
an
already know.
expenditure.
Hold on. You and
You're a
y'all
tax
already know
write-off.
how I feel about that back office. Y'all already know how,
You're a
because I
tax write-off.
feel like it's like, you know, us drivers, like, because we could do that. Everything they doing, we could do. We don't even, you know, it's like,
So that's just like the broker, Black. The
listen.
dispatcher ain't
Nah,
no
I
different
know,
than the broker.
I know, but dispatching is not, you know, from my understanding, it's not a 10 million, you know, tens of $1 million type industry. You know, it's from my understanding. I don't, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, but brokerage is, you know, they make a lot of millions, and you're gonna be met with turbulence trying to cap that. You see what I'm saying? That's not gonna be something. That's almost like trying to do something to a mob. You see what I'm saying? Because with all that money, you gonna have some power with that money. Whether we feel like they ain't nothing or not, remember that's just personal. When we dealing with the business side and the money, there's power there. So that's why I'm saying that
What kind
in my opinion,
power there? If I
they
had
got like, you know. Okay.
if I had 100 trucks, you think I need C.H. Robinson?
Hell no.
No.
Shit no.
Nah, of course, bro. What type of question is that? No, man.
If I got one truck, do you think I need them?
Yeah.
And no. Yeah and no. Because
Yeah
really,
and
though,
no.
it depends on how you want to run. No. Yeah and no. You don't really need them. You right. Yeah and no. But because, you know, you can get to the, I ain't, all right. I'm going to just say yeah and no. But all I'm saying is that
Look, the
that's
guy I met
still
that was running
personal.
direct from the shipper, he had one truck. He was
Nah, that's why
one
I
truck.
say but see,
Yeah.
you gotta look at it. Let's look at it. Business. When I say business, I'm not talking about, I'm just saying you gotta think about the money that brokerages generate. That's what I'm saying. And we talking about, this is why these, every time we started talking about, every time it's a little hype about a broker in the trucking industry, and you know, DOT gets involved and a few politics get involved and they started entertaining that. Why you think they never really go through with it? Or it's never really a hard hit? You see what I'm saying? Because that's an industry that generates tens of millions of dollars. You see what I'm saying? So they can pay, and I ain't want to say this like that on the YouTube and want people to run with it. You know what I'm saying? Because when I say they can pay, I'm not talking about they just, you know, I'm not getting into how they do it. Of course, I don't know how or if that's happening. This is just an analogy, or this is just me. This is just my opinion. But they could, you know, pay. You know what I'm saying? Or you already got companies, mega carriers that have brokerages that's making buku money off brokering out freight that they have just based on them having direct shippers and not enough trucks. Okay. So you talking about a business like that, you know, they can, I ain't gonna say easily, but they can influence themselves. They can influence a situation where it's not a big blow to them. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, we'll make it look like something, but when you go look at the black and white, you'll see that it ain't really nothing. You see what I'm saying? Or we'll put something in place, but we ain't policing it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You see?
Okay. Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying, Black. Okay. So if the brokerage can generate tens of millions, how much you think the truck company can generate?
I
Hundreds
know,
of
but remember,
millions
trucking
then.
companies have brokerages too. I'm talking about that
Exactly.
side of the business. Think about what I'm saying.
Okay,
Let's
well
look
see
at a
that.
street perspective. Look at like a street perspective. we all on the block, but them boys that sell cocaine, you know, or, you know, them boys that selling Molly, you know, they got a little power because that's a little, even though we all selling cocaine, the boys that selling Molly, you know, they making money too. They making plenty money. So we can't just, it's so many people that's coming on the block shopping with them and they buying some of our stuff too. We can't even really just cut them out like that. You see what I'm saying? They got power. They got money and power.
Right. I get what you're saying. But the thing is, see, the ones with the money and power,
even if they give them,
you ain't gonna cut them off.
Even I think you talking about cutbacks. Like even if they you talking about they can flex their money, they can say, well look, we can get y'all we can pay y'all to get these loads from y'all. But
this is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, look, man, what Dream and them talking about, they talking about this cap thing. Listen, y'all gonna have to like we don't need this to get like we need to shut this down now. You see what I'm saying? You know, because they got the money to lobby. You know, because we talking about doing this, but we don't got no union. So now we just, hey man, y'all need to do this. You know what I'm saying? We individuals doing it. We not a synchronized unit. We not a union. You know what I'm saying? And we not a union with millions to back what we got going on. You know, a union paying duties. So we got millions, tens,
don't worry, we're gonna get there.
Say it again, bro.
I said, don't worry about it. We're gonna get there, Black. We're gonna get there.
Nah, I know. That's
why we had the conversation now.
You got to have money and power in order to come at these brokers, because that's an industry that's making people a lot of money. And I don't, you know, they don't want to get that. They don't want to cap that. You know what I mean? They're not going to want to cap that, bro. That's just the reality of it. They're not going to want to cap it. I'm being long-winded with it, but this is what I mean in a nutshell. They're not going to want to cap that. Make it $10 million a year.
Of course not. But the thing is, okay, the fight is for the trucker part is you don't have as many expenses as I do. Yeah, it's gonna be a fight, but you ain't gotta pay for as much as I do. You gotta pay for a building and employee. I gotta pay for trucks, trailers, drivers, and all this other shit for me to get your load to where it need to be. I need majority of that money.
See,
I need 80-90% of that money, 95% of that money.
And see, I'm just saying, I agree with y'all. I'm just saying, you know, I be looking at stuff objective, right? And I'm seeing why, because I'm thinking of this while we talking. And I'm seeing why it don't just happen like that. Because that brokerage side of the trucking business, it generates a lot of money. So I see why it don't just happen like that. You see what I'm saying? You know, I can understand why they ain't just going like that. Like, they gonna go out with a fight. They ain't just gonna go out like that. Motherfucker turn up dead and all trying to do that. Like, they ain't just going out like that. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, that's a lot of money. But for them to generate that kind of money, how much you think the shippers and the truck drivers gotta be involved with that?
I know, but you know, y'all right. You right. But you know, you getting a little personal when you doing that. You getting personal. You know, when it comes to business, I don't know. I just, now that I'm thinking about it, they might generate too much damn money, man, for them to put a cap on them. That's probably why they ain't doing it. I'm being honest with you. Brokers making too much money.
Yeah, you're right, because everybody got their hand in it. Everybody got their hand in the broker.
They make too much money.
You think about that. You think about that small scale broker, right? That one broker that's at the crib.
Mm-hmm.
He making.
He ain't broke. He ain't broke.
He making. I said that broker. He
right now. I'm saying, but I know what you. I'm just saying. I'm just adding on ad libbing. Like, he ain't broke though.
He ain't broke. Yeah.
just say he making $2,000 a week.
Right. But he made, oh look, right. Okay, so right.
He killing. He killing.
I
He
feel
make
some
Go
type
ahead.
of
Go
way
ahead,
about
Dream.
that.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Now
Yeah.
listen, I feel some type of way
He
too.
killing.
But it's like as we talking about it, you know how we part. This how we part because we you know we build. That's how we part here. Like we build. This is what we on here building. And it's like as I'm thinking about it, I'm seeing why it is resistance because the brokerages they generate a lot of money, and I understand why. It's like if that
And then not even that though.
can you put yourself in their shoes? Can you
No.
do it? Okay.
But
Okay.
not, but
All right.
not even that though. You don't really need certification. Everybody
I
that's
know.
driving their truck got
Right.
school.
There you
I
go.
know.
Okay. Come on now.
I
Come
know. Yeah.
on.
You
Come
Talk
on.
that Dream.
you know what I'm saying? You can just fuck
Come
around
on now.
and take a fucking class for $100 and
Right.
get goddamn it
Bonded.
your bonded, and now you're a broker. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
To where in the gate I'm $3,000 in the hole, 3 to 5
Off the
grand in
rip.
the hole, off the rip.
Fresh out of school. Fresh out of school.
Hey, listen.
And so how are you qualified to make what I'm making?
I know, man. I know. I ain't gonna lie. Every time, see us as being truckers, when you say that, it hit. It hit. And it do trigger you. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just looking at it. I don't know, man. We might be too far gone. We might be too far gone, man.
I'm with Dream. How are you making the same thing I'm making? Goddamn.
I know. Listen, Gerald, you outlet, but we might be too far gone. We might be too far gone, man. TMC has a brokerage. I think, man, sometimes Blair put broker freight out on the load board. It's a wiggle, bro. PNS be having loads on the load board.
Mm-hmm.
All the big carriers do.
It is a part of the industry where you can make extra money.
Yes,
Right.
exactly. Especially if you got trucks and trailers.
Yeah,
Yes.
But the thing is, what's the problem is when PNS put a load on the load board, and you see that load, and you ran that load, and that load paying them more than they paying you.
Yeah, listen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cause I almost choked on this. I'm eating cookies. I almost choked when you said that. I don't know. I don't think I want to think about. I don't want to think about that. I don't want to respond. I ain't gonna respond to that. I'm gonna wait till you say something else. I ain't finna think about that.
They kind of hit different, huh? They kind of hit different, ain't it? Got them dreams, got them triggers, something big in it, but
this ain't business.
Hit different.
This personal.
yeah.
They don't need to be doing that. Personally, I don't need to be doing that. Oh no. They don't need to be doing that. I gotta do pre-trips, post-trips. I gotta stop an hour before I get. I can't. You know, they just called me today about something. Talking about, I got the camera looking at me right now. I will hope they're not doing that as much as what I have to do. You know what I'm saying? You know, nah, man. But
man,
what's up?
I had a video on this shit. I can't find it, but I was at USA Truck.
Mm-hmm.
And a motherfucker sent me a load that I'm looking at the same motherfucker load.
He showed Dream. Dream had a YouTube channel, bro. He had a YouTube channel, and he made a video. Man, he had a video. Frank Nitty responded to.
Yeah.
What? Damn, Jay, you went up, boy. You might have should have.
Nah,
you just gotta listen, Jay. You just gotta stay away from trolls. You can't mess with no trolls.
Yeah, it was just too much. But I had
They start. A lot of people start touching base on a video. Dream had dropped.
Nah,
Yeah,
the
but
Dream
he had a
got it.
couple
Got no
videos
Dream got
on
the
there.
TikTok. You got it, bro. You just gotta, you
But
gotta
see-
stay
but
away
see-
from any type of troll activity. You gotta keep that thing PG, boy. Cause
Nah. See, I know
wrong.
that shit ain't. I know that shit ain't for me, boo. I was working over there, and they had a low board.
Yeah,
They had a motherfucking low board,
right.
and I'm seeing the same load that I'm looking at on my on they low board, and I'm seeing the DA. They had it on DAT. That
Yeah.
low board was $1,500 more on DAT.
Piss Dream
Damn.
snap out.
Man, listen, man.
Same load, picking up, dropping off at the same place.
At the same place, and
At
they
the
trying
same
to
place.
get gone.
And it's from their broker company. I know it's them.
That's why I
Them
Bro,
find
be
out.
playing games.
And it be like that. You wonder, because I used to pull for the low boy. I did it for 2 years, and you gonna catch your vibes on there. You'll catch your vibe on there. It's gonna be daily. It's
But a
gonna be a
motherfucker,
low. I'm gonna say sometimes daily, definitely weekly. You gonna catch you a vibe. You gonna catch you a big money load.
but
You know what I mean?
but I'm saying that to say this. If them companies putting it on the board, they probably putting it on the board high. A motherfucker can't tell me I experienced that. So if they putting it on the board, if they got their own broker company, and you sit up there and look at these motherfucking lows and you see it, I guarantee you it's higher than what they paying. They got
Mhm.
written
That's what I'm
rules.
saying. I remember. So that's the reason why you was like, nah, man, because I was like, damn, why would they do that? You understand? Because they got a lot of trucks. But I see that's the reason why you was like, nah, they gonna do that. They gonna cut the rates. They already cut the rates. So that's why you saying that. See,
And that's why they can
experienced
pay
that.
it. That's why they can pay more when they put it on the board, because they done chopped the rate before they even gave you the load.
Yeah.
They got so much money in it. They already got so much money in it, plus your percentage.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Okay, just say like a load, they get a load from the ship and pay $5,000. Then when
Right.
it get to you, it's paying $25. Then they want percentage
Yep.
out of the 25.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You see what
That's
I'm
what's
saying?
crazy.
Yep.
That's what's crazy
Right.
to me.
Right.
That's what's crazy. That's crazy
that is
work,
crazy.
man.
That's crazy.
But that's what's going on.
I know. That's
So
Yeah.
then when they hit the board, they can. Then when they hit the board, they can add $1,500 to the load and still profit.
yeah, still probably yeah.
Right.
Damn it, man.
When they can do that from the get go. They can do
Man,
that
but
for the jump.
do y'all think that the feds, can help us out with that? Like, you know what I mean? Get involved and try to.
Man,
I
that
don't know,
shit,
man.
I don't know,
but
but I feel like that shit should be illegal as fuck, though, man.
Yeah,
I do know that. I do know that shit should be illegal as fuck, bro.
it should be illegal. I know. I
Yeah.
know you were saying that a long time ago, and I'm on
Yeah.
board with y'all, man. It's just when you be dealing with people making a lot of money off certain stuff, it get kind of different, dog. It get different, man. I don't know. It get different. When you dealing with people
the thing is,
yep.
the thing is, I think they're already trying to do their thing because they're trying to get a lot of these drivers off the road. And you ain't qualified. You speak no English, I holler at you.
Right?
Yeah, because there's too many trucks. It's too many drivers for no reason. A shortage of drivers. Man, that's propaganda. Everybody a trucker. All of a sudden now. It became popular.
Yeah.
Trucking was not a popular thing. It was a career, dog. It's a trend now. Yeah, you did this to feed your family, provide, build your generational wealth.
Right.
It's a trend now. Everybody want to go get a truck all of a sudden. And then you get in your last 6 months to a year. Now your MC got to go forward under. You in debt like hell. You shouldn't have got
Yeah.
in.
The
You weren't
6 months,
ready.
the first 6 months, I lasted like 6 months. Matter of fact, I lasted 6 months on the dot. The 6th month I went out
Yeah,
in November.
yeah. But you lasted though, Black. Everybody don't bounce back like that though, bro. Some
Yeah.
people, bro, they can't take it, bro. Bro, they be 400-500 grand in the hole. And they can't take it. They wife ain't putting up with it. Their kids ain't dealing with it. No, nigga, you tripping.
I know. Trucking,
Mm-hmm. It's a different ball game.
it's a hustle, man. Like, but you gonna have to. It's the game. The game is living and breathing. The trucking game is alive. It's an entity that's alive, and that's what it's gonna do. If you stay down, you will get paid in it. But she gonna
Yeah,
swallow you up, boy. She gonna
yeah,
swallow you up in the beginning. She gonna
yeah,
see if you built for it.
yeah. Uh-huh.
She gonna see if you built for it in the
Uh-huh.
beginning.
Uh-huh.
She
It's
gonna
a
swallow you up,
motherfucker now.
spit you out.
Yeah, yeah, it's a motherfucker. And it's way
It's a
more
motherfucker, man.
MCs. It's way more MCs that done shut down this year as opposed to new one getting open. That's a sign.
Yeah.
That's a sign.
Yeah.
That's a good sign too.
But
Less
who do
people
y'all
getting into
think
it.
most of those MCs are? Like, you think it's mostly the foreign guys?
I wouldn't
Yeah, I
necessarily
would
say
say so.
that.
Because we had situations with fake MCs and all the double broker and stuff. You got all these fake shell companies and fake shell trucker companies and stuff. People that people from overseas that be coming over here washing their money and stuff like that. You got a lot of, especially our Mexican brothers and stuff like that. That's what they do. They'll create a shell company in a minute. So, I mean, are these actual running companies or just the feds cracking down and people running? You know what I mean?
I
And I
think
know
about
that was a weird type of
50-50.
question. I know that was a weird
No, I
type of
think
question.
about no,
But
Black. I think about 50-50, bro. I think about 50-50, bro.
yeah, because it's like,
I think it's a mix of some other coaches want to get in it. They want to see how it is. It ain't working for them because from their countries, they ain't got the highways and railroads like how we got built over here in America. Like, it's different, bro. They drive on dirt roads where they from. We drive on highways. It's built for this shit. Trucking is American. Straight point blank period. Trucking is American.
yeah,
Okay. And then you do got some, some others, some brothers and Americans who try to get into it, try to find a quick hustle, and this ain't no quick hustle type industry.
that's
This
the
ain't
thing.
that industry, dog.
That's the thing too. Like I'll say, it became trendy. So with it becoming trendy, people thinking they could just, it's a quick hustle. Trucking, like I say, trucking it like the streets. That's how the streets is. Some people think they could just come out there and just do a little something. Then you got some people really making some good money, really making some, making some real money out there paying bills. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I might be reaching a little bit,
Right.
but
No, you can't with real because people do get in it. Look here, man. I know some people, man,
yeah,
personally,
me too. Me too, that done
who
got
done
in
got in it and
and
they ain't last.
they ain't last, boy.
Man, we
They ain't
all
last. They weren't ready to hustle.
They
we
came in
all
with the
know.
money and credit, though. Listen, they came in with that
Yes.
credit and money, boy.
Yup.
And that's all you
Yup.
need. Credit and some money.
Yup.
A little bit of
But
money
the
and
thing
credit.
is, Black, though, the difference is, though, Black, they ain't had a hustle in them. You ain't had a
Yeah.
hustle to drive this truck every day, week after week to go get that bread. You ain't have it in you. You should have put that behind somebody else who's willing to do that.
And see, look, now we getting into look. That's why sometimes people be taking that cheap freight because the hustle get to you. It could break this truck and stuff. It could break you down mentally. I done talked to foreign people, bro. And I done just hearing them how they talking. You could tell like it'll break you down mentally, man. It'll have you like you know, you just not. I ain't feeling like it today. I don't feel like brain wrestling. What he said, $680 for 220 miles. Fuck it, I'll take it. You know what I'm saying? You cut. That's gonna put me in, you know, they go to line to themselves. That's gonna put me in the area where I can. They go to line. That's gonna put me. Listen, this shit, it'll break you down. See, us, we don't get like that. But I be seeing the foreigners, man. Y'all gotta talk to them, man. You gonna see what I'm talking about. They be complaining about this thing more than us. They be complaining about this stuff.
Yeah, because they came in wrong. You seen the opportunity. You got your CDLs. You really didn't go to school, really. You got your you just paid for the motherfucker. You came on the road. You thought it was a game.
If they don't like it, leave.
Get the fuck on.
It's America. It's America, Dream. They ain't gonna leave.
Tell them, Dream, get the fuck on.
Dream, you want me to go back over there? I think they should leave. We gonna get into that, but I'm playing devil advocate right now, right? So now you want me to go back over there? Well, this $1, $100 here is $3,000 where I'm from. 3,000 of my dollars, and we ain't got no industry like that. I'm probably getting paid $300 a week to truck over there, and they got minimums. They ain't even got no brokerage over there. Ain't no broker. They don't got no broker. Ain't no broker. The shipper, the broker. The shipper, the broker in these other countries. Boy, you ain't no broker, boy. This is what we paying. You taking it or not? To come over here, where I got all this. Oh my God, I could do this, I could do that, I could do this. And I'm foreigner.
Yeah,
and
but
I'm a complexion of the protection foreigner. I ain't even know. So I'm getting by.
But okay,
this man's that.
So
until you get Americanized.
Ain't no reason them motherfuckers still complain then.
They be complaining. I be talking about
until you get Americanized.
Trucking been a dog. This shit ain't no joke, dog. This ain't
see what it is, Black. Oh, go
listen,
ahead.
America,
go
period.
Ahead.
Nah, my bad. Listen, America, period, though. Ain't no joke over here. Like, you gotta know how to move. Like in the areas where we from, you already know. People moving at 200 miles an hour, bro. Like, you gotta know how to move. Yeah, I don't know how to move. Yeah. You know, me being from Miami, I grew up seeing them. They always, you know, cause they don't be knowing how to move. You know what I'm talking about? They don't be catching on.
You'll get ran over. They get
ran over. They get ran over.
I'm gonna tell you something. The Chinese people that come over here and the Asian people that come over here, they ain't that damn slow.
Nah, they ain't. I ain't gonna lie.
They have emotion.
Yeah, they be having emotion.
Yes, sir.
Because they coming over here getting that bread.
Because for the most part, they stay in their lane.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. There you go, Black.
They dip and dab in everybody else's lane too.
Man,
Yeah and no.
I don't really see them like that. Man.
It's just not as much. It's not as much though. It's not as much.
You don't see a lot of them out here in the truck. I see them like like once a month.
No, they ain't in that truck. I ain't seen them in the truck now.
Them motherfuckers.
I'm talking about everything.
Once a month. I'm gonna say once a month. I see
them motherfuckers doing nails.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they doing.
That ain't how they doing.
And opening up Chinese restaurants.
Yep.
That's what they doing.
Ain't it.
Making hundreds of millions of dollars off us.
That ain't it.
And they need auto shops. Hell,
wait, hold on.
They in more business than what y'all think they in.
Yeah, boy.
Hold on. But you talking about auto shop? I ain't seen him in the auto shop.
Yes, sir, buddy.
Hey, look up Maine. Look up Maine grow houses. Look up Maine grow houses. Look
there, over there, man.
Okay. They got that Zion.
Okay.
We ain't talking about that. We ain't talking about
Man,
that
hold
now.
on.
We're gonna keep it
Uh,
trucking now.
they
But look,
definitely,
hold
they
on.
definitely
Look,
in agriculture. They
Yeah,
definitely do
yeah,
if
y'all.
agriculture.
we want
We
to
talking
get in
about
the ZA,
trucking. We talking about trucking, but y'all talking about like these people, these from different countries ain't in the
hey,
other
but look,
stuff.
now, look, hold on
Like
now.
Yeah,
they just slow. They ain't just slow
Now,
yeah.
like that.
but that's
Nah,
what I'm saying.
Nah.
I'm talking. Listen, I'm talking about right motherfucking now. I
Mm-hmm.
guarantee you, I'm at the truck stop right now. I guarantee you, I don't see no Chinese motherfuckers. But I guess what? If I go
Oh,
to
you
the
ain't. That's
hold
true.
on, if I go to the Ching Ching Dragon China buffet and walk up in that
They all in
motherfucker,
there.
if I go to a nail shop to get
Hey,
my feet
listen.
done, they in that
yeah,
motherfucker. That's
They
what
in
I'm
there.
saying.
yeah.
So you got so that's what I'm saying
But
when
look, let me say this.
and just
Let me say this.
them
Guess who
motherfuckers
all
stick
in
to
there?
their lane.
Guess who
Yeah.
all in there? Guess who all in there?
Who G?
Who
Who
in there?
G?
Nothing
Who
but
G?
them. Nothing but them.
All them.
I
Nothing
know.
but them.
And let me
Nothing
tell
but
you something. On a side note, the government, they need to be getting into them because I'm tired of how's your number y'all in here, man. Y'all need to mix just how I gotta mix it up. You gotta mix it up too.
but see the reason why they ain't gonna fuck with them, cause they stay in their lane. You ain't gonna argue with them motherfuckers cause for the most part they in their lane. Them
They
motherfuckers,
out the way.
yeah, they keep their
They out the
head
way.
down. They keep their
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
head down. Them motherfuckers,
Mm-hmm.
nah, it's them goddamn Africans and the Migos and the goddamn it, all that shit.
Boy, don't do the African like that, man.
That's the problem,
Don't do your
man.
African brother like that. Them the one thing about them African niggas, they don't like dealing with us unless there's some money involved. Cause I used to have one, I felt like he was my partner. You know what I'm saying? We used to be getting the plane tickets and bro, I used to getting all type of stuff but anytime I dealt with him, it had to be money involved. I ain't gonna lie. Wasn't no small talk with him.
Like they don't give a damn.
Nah, they don't. And he owned the gas station. I think he owned the gas station because I told y'all he did. I think he owned it. You know, so unless he just leasing it, but I know he running it. Because sometimes they be leasing them gas stations too. Bro, that's another thing. Bro, listen, don't I don't want to get. We got to talk about some different businesses that we could start that you could that could be started too that people don't know about, man. Because I got a partner of mine making money off selling. He in some type of group, and this dude here, he doing something flawed. Like I'm telling him, he telling me that you got to pay tens of, he said 10,000. He said he's paid 10,000 and a little bit of change to get in the group. But it's a group where they make money off selling fuel to the airlines. You know what I mean?
Well,
Like a
fuel,
little
where is that?
discount. Yeah, man. But I ain't, he acting flawed. I'm telling him like, boy, I'm trying to, like, what's up?
He ain't trying to put you up on the play, Black.
He ain't send me nothing yet.
He ain't trying to put you up on the play.
I'm gonna take my whole Dogecoin account and forget Dogecoin right now. I'm selling fuel now.
Bro, I ain't trying to put you up on the
Hell
play,
But we
no.
got
dog.
it's other ways. I know I'm going off somewhere else, but they got bit like you could lease these gas stations, you could lease these
Yeah,
Motel 6s. You
yeah.
got the Indian folks
You can
doing it,
franchise.
they leasing these
Franchise.
damn like how I lease a truck.
Yeah,
Yeah, bruh.
yeah.
So if you leasing
Uh-huh.
something, that mean that down payment ain't crazy. That mean what you paying to get in the business ain't crazy. You know what I mean? It
Right,
ain't that bad,
right,
in my
right.
opinion. I know I'm going off
Nah,
another little way, but
no, you ain't lying. Yeah, huh?
nah,
If you down
bring me back
payment,
in, because I don't went off. I don't went off
go
in
ahead
the
and reel
sauce.
them back
he
in.
talking about,
Put the
he talking
line
Let
out
me
about
there.
swim
bring me
back in.
back in. Cause I done went off.
I don't went off somewhere else. Yeah, now I'm thinking
Oh,
about
Put the line back out there.
I ain't gonna lie. I went off when y'all saying like them people slow. I went out there.
yeah, you did went off.
Hmm.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
did. Your ass been watching. You been watching
Huh.
goddamn Bruce Lee. You ever watch a Bruce Lee, boy? Bruce Lee was black,
Fist of
boy.
Fury. Fist of Fury.
Oh
You know what?
shit.
Hey, he said Fist of Fury.
Goddamn Fist of Fury. Yes,
This nigga was watching
sir.
Fist of Fury last night. Now he talking about, nah, they know something. Boy, they know something now. Cause we watching Fist of Fury last night. Boy, they don't know nothing, man. Get out of here. They don't know nothing, man.
Man, them folk, listen, they know enough to put their people
Yeah, they
on
gonna
me.
put their people on.
Hell
They put
yeah.
They gonna put their
Hell
people
they
yeah.
on.
put
They ain't finna play, boy.
we the only
Hell
ones
no.
don't put our people on.
Nah, don't say
And that
that. Don't
fucked
say
up.
that. Bro, man, we were
And
talking about
that
that last
crazy.
time. Listen,
That's the truth.
we don't be having no job
Tree said
because,
that's the truth.
bro, listen,
Mm.
we all
Mm.
be staying in the same area. We all might be in the area where all us at. We working that we ain't got no choice but to work together.
But
What
they
you
But
ain't
black,
though.
see,
bro? Yeah, we
right.
do, bro.
But
We be
black,
working together. Hear
but
me out.
but
Hear me out.
last time,
We do be working whether it go right or not. If I'm
Black
only
Black
around
want to
y'all,
be
who else I'm gonna
Malcolm
work
X
with?
so bad.
I'm only around y'all. Who else I'm finna work with?
They don't
Like,
want to do
tell
black,
right.
me.
that's what it is, G.
Come on,
G,
bro.
that's what it is. They don't want to do right.
They don't
They
want to
don't
do
want to
right.
do right. They don't
Nah,
want
I
to do
know,
right.
but I grew up working with brothers like, my neighborhood heavily black. Like, it ain't no really, it ain't nothing but like, it's just gonna be some Haitians and that's it. The Chicos don't really be over there like that. We'll meet up at a park. If, we go to the park, play basketball, whatever. But they ain't in our area is heavily black. So everybody, we done did some business with. It's always whether it go right or not. I'm not talking about whether it go right. We work together. Now, if you talking about whether it go right, then that's another story. But we work together, man. You
Yeah,
understand? We
yeah.
work together. We ain't
Black,
got no choice but to work
black,
together. Everybody don't
and
work like
black,
that.
and black. You ain't gotta call me Unc Black. Man, it's King Dave, bro. You ain't call me
King Dave,
Unc.
my bad, my
You-
bad, my bad, King. I ain't been on here in a minute.
Yeah.
My bad, man.
No,
My
it's
bad.
good. No, it's all
Call me
good.
I'm older than you. What the hell I'm
Right, you
talking
about to
about?
older than me.
Oh, I
Yeah,
am. My bad. My bad.
yeah.
Boy, you got a deep voice. Get out of here, boy. You got a deep voice.
I
I
can't,
gotta say, I gotta
I
stop.
can't
I
help
can't
it.
hold it in no more. You do.
No, I can't help it. I got it from my daddy.
But
But
listen,
no,
Man, you
us
like it
as
over
brothers,
there,
I
we,
man?
mean, we work together. Man, y'all know anytime you ever started a little business, you started it with some brothers first. You
You
understand?
you
Dream trying to buy that dream and not trying to buy what you buying, boy? You over there buying fentanyl, man. You tripping, man.
Don't say that on here.
Oh Lord, my
please,
bad. No,
Li-
he not. No, he
please,
not. No, he not. No, he not.
please,
Listen.
No, he not.
Yeah, we don't need a feds
Yeah,
on
yeah.
us.
My fault. My fault. My
retract that
bad. My bad.
statement.
My bad.
Retract that.
My bad. It's definitely no. Oh, these are just jokes. These are pure jokes. It's a PG-13 segment.
These are
These
all
are jokes.
jokes. We
Yeah,
bullshit.
cause them
We
folk taking
yeah,
them folk down, fucking with that.
yeah. Nah, we ain't
They
doing
they
that.
they, they looking for them too.
Right,
They
right.
Mm.
gonna have Dream chasing truck and scratched out.
Oh nah.
Fucking with you.
Mm.
That's a straight
Mm.
pure joke. Heck no. Definitely not doing that. We all just drive and that's it. We ain't got nothing else going on. Anyway,
We all honest earners.
right. Yes. That's it. We don't even do that. We wouldn't even be that
Nah,
stupid to even do nothing. We don't do nothing. We
nah.
just playing. These just jokes. Nah.
Especially that.
Yeah, nah, especially that.
Mm.
That
Especially
gonna
that.
get you
Especially
light.
that. Cause I know y'all might hear me on here talking, but everything I'm talking about is 100% legal. I would never do nothing like that. I don't care what you hear me on here talking about.
Mm.
Cause sometimes I be talking about, I be, cause we brothers, we be talking about I'm quick to talk about what I got going on. You know how I am.
Right.
I'm quick to just get into it because I be needing to get it off my chest. But it's never
Yeah.
none. If I say anything about money, this is all legal stuff. I would never do nothing like
Mm.
that. You know what I'm saying? We smarter than that.
Mm.
But man, look here. Chi Chong and them, man, look here, man. Let me tell you something. Just like Cuz say they stay in their own lane, Oh, no, that's what we're saying. us as brothers, man, nah, we work together, man. Cause like I say, I done had a car wash business. I wasn't working with no, I didn't, I ain't know no, no other people that, we don't know nobody else.
Yeah.
Who else I got to call to work with?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So I be feeling like sometimes y'all gotta look at it like that. Even though I know the business, cause let me tell you something. When I had the car wash, I used to leave. It was my partner, man, still my dog to this day though. But Junkie Jit used to be out there. This just what we call him. And we'll leave Jit out. I'll leave Jit out there. Man, Jit would be gone. Came back out there. Jit gone. The people that, cause we was doing it, I had the car wash in the same parking lot in the Midas. It's a place called Midas where they fix cars, where they do like little oil changes and stuff. I was using a parking lot. I was paying them $250 a month. This is back in the day, paying them $250 a month and using their water.
Oh, you were killing
it, bro. We were.
$250 a month.
I was, bro, just $250, bro. But that was to start. Because he was working with me to start. We were supposed to, then once, but when I pull up, he was like, man, yeah, your guy already left, man. He said there was some cars put up in and all. This is a dude that work at Midas. They were telling me, and I'm like, damn, this dude here make money, then catch the bus and go back to the hood, and he be gone. And you catch the bus, come back to the hood, doing you. Don't even call me and tell me nothing. I'm going out there thinking I'm finna, see what's happening with, see what the wash doing. And give me a few little chips, and you ain't even there. And Jip kept doing it over and over and over again, man. I had to, cause I couldn't. The thing about me, yeah, because I was washing cars. I wanted to do it, but I don't wash cars fast enough. You see what I'm saying? To run a business, he do. Yeah. I don't. So I'm like, you gonna make most of the bread. I'm just like, I'm finna give to him. Like, boy, just give me a little wooty woo. Just give me, you know what I'm saying? Just give me 200. You feel me? Or just give me, right. 300-400 a month. And I'm gonna make sure you good. I was gonna come with that later on, but my boy, like I said, I still talk to him today. That's my dog. That's my dog. Even though he did that. That's my nerve right there. You feel what I'm saying? That's my dog right there. Even though he did that, that's still my dog. So we still work together, man.
They don't be want to do right, bro.
Yeah, they don't be want to do right. I already know, man.
Yeah.
I already know. They be feeling like, it is just my opinion, our brothers just be feeling like, they be feeling, they feel like they could just do us, like they feel like they could just get over a little bit more. Yeah. Now, if I was, if I were acting like Debo, you understand what I'm saying, and all that, I ain't move like that. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. I had a little power, but I ain't move because that money, that ain't, that ain't enough money to get me to move like that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And really, like, I'm like, you my dog. This really for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get this going for you, really.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so I'm saying that to say, if it might have been so, because brothers don't do that all the time. If it's a certain type of brother, they ain't finna do that to them. I ain't gonna do it, cause I already know bro ain't finna be playing, bro finna set trip off top.
He finna go inside your head.
Yeah, about any little dime missing, he finna trip. And certain people I ain't finna just be like that with. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, now, if it's somebody I don't know and all that, and it, like I say, I ain't petty like that. I'm gonna tell you something
though, Black. That's one of the problems, bro. Ain't nobody going upside our people's head no more.
Nah, that's what it is. Nah. But our people, our people ain't just the people just to be going upside. We can't.
Let me tell you something. Our people are used to being whipped to do something.
Yes. You gotta and that's a shame. Yup, you ain't lying, G.
Yeah, but you ain't gonna be able to. Right? Yeah, you ain't gonna be able to. Yeah, you ain't. This ain't. It ain't gonna work out doing that. That ain't gonna work. Even for the goon, I know you gooning. Even for the goon, it ain't gonna. Eventually it's gonna catch up, cause that's just how we is. It just don't work like that no more. You ain't gonna be able to really do that. Like, you already know that ain't gonna work out. That ain't gonna work out. That's a lose-lose situation.
Bro, I'm just
Eventually,
telling you what the
they gonna
problem
bake a
is.
cake for you. I already know, but you know, our people ain't those type of people. These boys ain't, man, you ain't finna be able to do these young warriors. Like, you ain't finna be able to play with these young
Now,
warriors. Right?
the problem with us is
They not young warriors, dog. All they got is guns. That's it. They ain't never
it
had
ain't
fight
been
in
through
their
shit.
life.
Well, I feel like you being specific. I feel like I'm doing general talk. I ain't getting too
I can't
specific.
give them the warrior. I can't give them the warrior card.
I get it to them, man. They is. They young warriors, man. That's what they is. They out there all day. You know what they got going on. They out there like that, whether they make money or not. I ain't never seen nothing like that. That's why I
They
call
just
them
out
that.
there. Just out there.
Just out there,
They
just to
just
be
Making
out
out
some
there.
there.
money. Just out there. They don't make
See,
no sense.
You
They could
know,
have been
see,
watching them
right,
cars over there with you. You see what I'm saying?
I know.
right.
That's
But
I
Buddy
always try to.
wanna leave from washing the car to go over there. What to the block?
Listen.
He could have been washing the car, making money over there with you. But he want.
Even when you in a situation, you know, we ain't gonna get too detailed, but even when you in another situation, right? Now, okay, all you gotta do is sit right here. Everything coming to you. They can't even do that.
Yeah.
Can't even do that.
Nope,
Yeah.
You can't even
nope,
sit in one. You can't sit in one spot
Yeah.
and let the
nope.
Yeah.
money come to you. Oh, and you can't even be here at a certain time. Then when you power up and make money, now
Yeah.
you ain't come. Now you ain't. You know, it's Saturday. You done did your dollar on
Bro,
Friday night.
they can have a good job and
Come on,
everything.
bro.
They'll mess that up.
Mess it up. Mess it up.
You
They could be
gonna
working.
be like, man, why you done
Yep.
messed up that job? Why you leave that good job?
Listen, they could
No
be
explanation.
or the explanation don't make it. It don't
It don't
fall up
make
under
sense.
our logic. It don't fall. If it don't
Yeah.
fall up, they got their own logic though. But I feel like even though it might not work out, I know that we work together in the sense that we just got to work together because we the only ones around each other. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? We ain't got, and I'm talking about from the beginning stages. I ain't talking about after you grown and, you know, right now we grown, so you got
Yeah.
more resources, so you don't even got to even do all that. But,
Right.
you know, when we coming up in the neighborhood and trying to find ourselves, you know, and having it a little bit, you know, we work with our folks. We work with our people because we the only ones around each other. Because, you know, it's some solid ones, even the solid ones, they still be doing that. Like
Yeah.
I tell you, Jit solid, but
Yeah.
he just, you know,
He ain't got no work ethic.
yeah, he ain't got no work ethic on that stuff, all this and that. He ain't got no work ethic.
Yeah.
So, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I'm trying to squeeze that in too. You got that going on too.
Yeah.
So, you know, that money go to talking to you. You know, you got that cash
Yeah.
money coming from these people getting that cash money. You
Yeah.
gone. You make $80, you out of there. I know,
That
you know,
don't make
I
sense
already
though.
be knowing.
Mm-hmm. You
That
gotta
Well,
don't
let me
make
tell you
sense
understand.
to
something.
me though.
We had my uncle had a painting business. My uncle and my pops and my father, they had a painting business and a tree business. We used to do this when we was in high school, and they used to run into problems, dog, from people coming to work. One time, Unc locked down a $30,000 contract where they let him paint the projects. You feel what I'm saying? It was $30,000.
Yeah.
Now Unc was playing too, cause they gave Unc 15 off top. So now Unc, yes, man, yes.
They
They
do
done
Janky
that,
gave
man.
promoter.
Unc the bread. So now look, Unc got
Janky promoter.
anybody. Unc got the people that work. Unc got the people that live in the project. He got them working. He got
Man.
them paying their own place. But it bro, I ain't gonna lie. It was kind of like but yeah, they paid Unc that money. Unc coming out there drunk every day, talking this talk. Done pulled the fire out. Y'all, I ain't gonna get y'all already know. He done went there with a few other people and cause you know he feeling himself because he done got the tank.
Yeah.
Then he paying some people $100 a day, some people 50, 60. He basically paying people based on, you feel me, what he could,
Yeah.
you know. You come up with what you need to get paid. Now he a big black dude. Big, he taller than me. Big black dude like Shaq. You understand? Walk around, hammer around, all that, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, everybody know him as Mighty. They know he, you know, he get there too. They know he get there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, so he having it his way, like how Dream be saying. And he like, so even he didn't really do right. I feel like he did right. But I had some people talking about, oh, you know, Mighty ain't this, Mighty ain't that, and all that. So, you know, the folks gave him the money. But this what I'm saying. Besides what he was doing, bro, as the days went, less people was coming to work. And I'm like, man, this man, he got work for the neighborhood for us to have work and make money. I was there. I was there. I'm a person that work. I work. So I'm popping out. I'm like, shit, I'm gonna get my little, you know, 120, you know, 150. I'm gonna get my tank. I'm coming every day. Yeah, what you mean?
I'm showing up every day. Consistent. I'm consistent.
Cause I'm a bargain trade with Unc too. I'm gonna let my days build up. You can't let your days build up too much with him though. He gonna buzz you out. You ain't finna come to him 10 days later talking about, yeah, Mighty, man, I need you owe me 1,000 and all that, boy. You ain't finna. You better. But I know how to do that with him. I know how to wait 2 days and then, you know, well, it'll carry me out. You know, but you know, some people weren't showing up, bro. And it's like, that's just how it be, man. That's just how people live, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't, you know, y'all know how I am. I'm not being apologetic. I just be dealing with reality. That's how we is. Like, I mean, what else? I mean, y'all show me if it's something different. I don't know, but that's just how I feel. That's how, you know, some of our people is. Not all of us.
They get the job done is the question.
I'm gonna tell you like this, right? Because the other half, it was a little soap opera and a little dilemma on the other half. So the other half, they kind of he was doing some brain wrestling because they kind of ain't want to give him the other half and all that because it was based on the progress of, like I told you, people wasn't coming. As the days people had stopped coming, dog, we were like the only ones doing it, and it's a big project. Listen, we painting the gate too. We ain't just painting the buildings, we painting the gate. So it's like, you know, we had ran out of paint. You know, Unc tried to wiggle a little bit on the material, and we ran out of paint. And you know he one of the ones that you know his fingers get a little sticky, so they know how to move. So they they know how to do all that, and so they had to incorporate that, and you know had me lined up with it, which I don't like going that route. That's why I don't. You know, I love my uncle. But I don't like doing that. You feel what I'm saying? We don't got to get too detailed, but I don't like doing that. I ain't that type of person like that. You know, I'm going to do it. You know, like if it's us involved, you know, I don't want to do it.
Right.
Let me say this again. I don't want to do it. I don't like doing that. You know, but if you know, so, you know, that end up happening and all that. So, you know, we had ran out of material because, you know, when you do that, you know, ain't no telling how it's going to work out. So, he hadn't ran out of material, and I don't know if they gave him the whole 15 on the back end. I think they kind of shorted him. You know what I mean? Because of what happened with him and the material. He ain't spend what he was supposed to spend on the material that was needed, the paint, because that's why they were cashing them out. You see what I'm saying? So that took some out of the back end money and all that, and I sat there and helped him paint it though. Me and a partner of mine, my other partner, you know, GB, who I just was talking to the other day. Yeah. He was there too, and Unc kind of played with his money too, which I ain't like. You know what I'm saying? I tried to help him out with that. You know, but you know, it's a man's world. There's only too much. You know, you gotta drop your nuts. You know what I'm saying? It's a man's world. Somebody playing with your money, and you know, not say you know, GB gonna do that. But you know, he feel like that's my uncle. This somebody, you know, I was out in the field with, who I'm talking about, Eli GB. So you know, I know he ain't, but you know, that's my uncle. That's like if it's your uncle. I ain't about to come at your uncle like that, because that's Gerald uncle. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I ain't, I'm gonna have a conversation with you. But, you know, if you like, man, you gotta holler at uncle and all that, you know what I'm saying? I ain't about to get there with your uncle, though. Feel me? That's your uncle, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how that's gonna turn out for me. So I would never do that, and that's why he ain't do it. So Unc had done played with a few people money, plus, you know, he did it with my dog, and I ain't like him doing that. He did. He had done played with some people money and stuff, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Shit ain't work out.
Yeah,
Shit
man.
ain't work out, man.
Nah, it ain't work out. Boy, we used to be, we'll be cutting trees. One thing about it, when it comes to that bread, it's like, he the money man. He the one that locked the deals in. So when they give him all the paper up front, boy, everybody around gonna have that look on their face like, oh Lord, cause you know how he moving. You know, he just, he wanted him. He wanted him. So when he had the money, it's like, oh Lord, they done gave Black the money. Now we gotta, cause you ain't just finna just, you know, everything come with something. You ain't, you know, you feel me? He gonna purposely, you know, he gonna purposely brain wrestle and low key get there with you about some money. You know what I'm saying? Cause he already drinking. He one of them. He already drinking in the morning. In the morning, he already drinking. In the morning. In the morning, he drinking. And look, he hiding it. He got
a whole contract job.
A whole contract job. He already, I don't even know how bro. But see, he know what he talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He should have got his contractor's license. He know. Yeah. He know how to build a house. He just I know you know the type I'm talking about. That just
know the rope. Yeah,
they know the rope. I know how to build a shed on Gerald land. I don't need, just give me the material. I know what to do. And when I'm talking to Gerald, when you talking and trying to see, when you got your eye open, like, let me see it. You are, he know what he talking about. He know. He can speak so he gonna get you like that. He gonna speak that language. He gonna know about the side and all that. He gonna speak that language.
He know that carpenter talk.
He know that carpenter talk, man. When you dealing with somebody like that, you know, the people that spend the money, they make them, you know, he just know how to shoot it. He just know how to shoot it, man. He just know.
Straight up.
Breath smelling like beer and all. He know how to shoot it. You know, my breath, you know, if my breath smell like beer, they already know. Oh, I ain't gonna have to pay the whole ticket messing with him. I ain't gonna have to pay the whole ticket. And
That's what they looking at though.
Right.
But I'm gonna tell you something. When you try to short stop, it'll mess you up. It'll mess you up trying to short stop.
Yep.
I ain't gonna cap. Anytime you trying to you be trying to go another little route, save a little money. You wish you would have spent that money with them other folks. Say, man, I should have went over there and got such and such them to do that job. I should have paid it extra $5. Now I lost $15,000.
Hey,
I could have just paid the 20, came out good, legit. Now I lost 15 bands.
Yeah.
Trying to save $5,000. Damn.
Man. Look. And because I don't been on jobs with him, man. I'm just a worker, so I'm just doing whatever he tell me to do. I don't, you know. I done been on jobs. I done heard people cussing and fussing and all that about Marty, man. You know what I'm saying? But shit, once you lock him in, give him the money, he already got you. Once you lock, he gonna the work gonna get done, but he might just be a little buzzed out. It's gonna get done though. Right. And look, if it ain't right, you know he gonna come back and he gonna come back and patch it up. He gonna come back and do it. He'll come back and do it. He do good business. He do good business. He do his business. He do his business his way. I'm gonna just say that.
Right.
Do it his way.
Longer he doing it his way. If it working, you know what I'm saying?
Yo,
If it working, hey.
Hey, you shout out, boy. Listen, man.
What?
Boy, listen. Nah, cause I already know. Boy, look. When you dealing with them dudes like that, when you dealing with certain people like that, and you already know you're gonna be like, you know what? I'm gonna pay to get this done, and then this right here that I know, that I ain't really worrying about. Let me call Marty and them, let them do this.
Yeah.
I ain't finna have them do. Yeah.
Yeah, you can finesse it like that.
Yeah, you can go ahead and paint the outside of the house, or paint the, or do this. I'm gonna let y'all. You ain't gonna do the inside. No, I ain't gonna let y'all do the inside.
I'm gonna let somebody else do it.
Right. Or that's what I'm saying. Like that, cause that's what other people do. You gotta know, but if you don't know them, you don't know. Boy, listen. Man, I don't know. Listen, we talking about Trish baby stuff, dog. I hope y'all can catch up. We talking about a whole different language. If you ain't from that type of cloth, you ain't gonna really know what we getting at here, man. And that's what I'm saying. Like, listen. Our black people, man, we just different, man. We just, you gotta have something in you to be dealing with us. You know what I mean? To be working with us. Cause I know Gerald do too. I know you was just telling me about the situation you had. And
you done went on the water or something now.
Oh no, I'm back.
Yeah, that year.
I know, like I said, I know even you too done had your, situations and stuff like that, and man, we work together, man. We work with each other, man.
Man,
might not go right.
Listen, let me tell you something. Everybody don't want to work, Black. They don't want to work. You might find one or two good workers that you can mess with.
Right.
But other than that, it ain't many. It ain't many, man. It's not many.
Right. Nah, you right.
Not many, Like Dream is lucky to have a good driver. But just so happened that it end up having to be a female. End up being the best driver he done had. Ain't that some shit?
That is something. But shit, the women, that's one thing about the black women, some of the ones that's on point like that. When they on point, they on point.
Because it ain't no man really hardly working. I mean, the one that is, they taking. A woman found one that'll work. She said, I ain't leaving him. So now the one that they left over, they ain't doing shit.
Right.
So she like, I gotta get out here and get it my damn self. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they doing.
Nah, you right. You right, man.
That's what they doing, man. Cause man, these motherfuckers here, man, they wanna walk around with that stick and they wanna be dope boy, man. Wanna be.
Nah, that's a fact. They wanna walk around with
known. They want to be known, dope boys. Who wants to be known as a dope boy? That is dumb as hell.
Listen, I don't know how they. I don't get on like y'all. How you on Facebook? How you trapping on Facebook? I don't get that. I don't know what y'all boy doing.
Those boys got there on Facebook trappers, man. Come on,
Facebook
man. You supposed to keep that shit in the streets, man.
You supposed to keep
it in the streets, man. What is you doing?
And what they don't understand is when you doing it like that, this is what these boys don't understand because they been doing it. And it's like y'all the reason why everything's so hot because y'all making the police y'all making
everything hot. Everything hot and done fucked all the prices up.
Yeah, because
all
the thing is
fucked up too.
Y'all they making it to where the police got cause they like, oh my God, these dudes just y'all all online like I gotta do something now. I'm trying to chill.
Know what y'all doing. Y'all on the internet. We wouldn't even know what y'all doing down there if you didn't put this shit on Facebook.
I'm telling you, man. I don't know. Like it just I don't know where they I don't get it. I don't get it, man. But that's how they is. They want everybody to know what they doing now.
Yeah. You get the truck cleaned up. You get the truck cleaned up.
I did a little, you know, a little something. A little. I ain't do all the steering wheel and all that. I just basically, I mop, swept, and then mop.
Man, I'm probably finna get me a new mattress and everything. I think that mattress be having my damn neck hurt.
Maybe having my damn neck end back, and I ain't even got no extra mattress.
I'm gonna go get me one of them Tempur-Pedic motherfucker put up in here.
They got Tempur-Pedic for trucks.
Yeah, you gotta go to like you can't go get down one of them from the truck stop. You gotta get one of them. You gotta go to an actual bed place and tell them what side bed you trying to get. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go to an actual bed place. I gotta get something, bro. They gon' man, listen. I'm tired of that damn. See that little bed they give you when you first get your truck, if like it be in that plastic, like it be folded up. Then you take it out and it just unfold. Man, shit.
Oh yeah, nah.
Through, man. I gotta get a new bed. So I said what I was gonna do. I was gonna do deep clean, like you talking about. I was gonna deep clean though. I was gonna clean all that. Then I was gonna just put me a new bed in there. You know what I'm saying? Something comfortable. Put me a good bed in there. Go through, clean everything, man. Wipe everything down, man. It's time. Cause see when you be at them places, I don't know if you go to like a bunch of places where it be a lot of dust. They ride through there with them truck, man. That dust flying out. You open the door trying to get out. Dust everywhere. Like, damn, man.
Right.
Be trying to keep it clean. Then when it be raining, bro, man, it just be too much. It be hard to keep that motherfucker clean, bro.
Yo, hold on.
It's a work truck, though. I can hear you.
You hear? Damn, what the hell going on? What the hell, okay, I thought you weren't hearing me.
I can hear you. Nah, I can hear you.
Hold on, what about now? Hold on, let me do something. You can hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
You hear me now?
I can hear you.
All right, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, listen, man. You know, I don't know. As far as this match is concerned, I gotta I don't know. I listen, I'm about to I don't know. I need another mattress too. I need to get a damn Tempur-Pedic or something.
Man, I gotta get something, man. I gotta get something, man. I got to be on top of that like soon. I'm getting that little mattress up out of here. I'm tired of it. Got to go.
You waking up in your neck tripping?
Yeah, man, it could be that. Or it could be my posture in this driver's seat. It could be my posture. Like I might not be
how you laying in it? Yeah, you might be laying wrong.
I'm talking about my posture while I be driving or whatever too. You gotta be sitting up a certain way. Like they said one of them company had like a chiropractor to come over there and adjust their seat and tell them show them how they supposed to be sitting. It could be my damn neck be hurting it. I don't know if it cause I keep turning back and forth watching the mirrors or what, man. Damn neck be hurting, man.
You say watching the mirror. What mirrors you be watching?
You know, I be looking back and forth. Looking back and forth,
side to side. Yeah.
Then you know, I be all in them cities and shit. I be in 4-5 lane traffic. You know what I'm saying? So I had to watch both of my sides. I be trying to hold that thing, man, and I be steady back and forth with my neck, man, like a damn bobblehead up in there. I think this the most I done ever look back and forth, man. Goddamn done work my damn neck muscles in this motherfucker, man.
Bro, listen. I ain't gonna lie. Like how I'm laying now, bro. I don't know. How I'm laying now, that shit be kind of like my neck be hurting too, man.
Man, I think it's that damn weak ass mattress. I ain't gonna lie. That little weak ass mattress. You got that mattress that they give you out that shop?
I got the gel mattress, yep.
Yeah, I think it's that damn jail mattress, bro. I ain't gonna
Yeah.
lie to you. I think that's what it is, dog. And then hell, I got pillars and everything, but shit, man, that shit done. I don't know. I might need to get me another pillar. Some.
Bro, I got two. I got like a sit up type pillow that you can sit up in,
Yeah.
and I got a regular pillow, and I put them together.
They got a
But
pillar. They got a new pillar that pull to hold your neck. It pull to like a when you lay your head over, it pull to support your neck and everything like that. I might get that motherfucker.
man, I got something like that, but I ain't got the one that ring around your neck.
They
I ain't
sure
got
got
the.
one that supports your neck.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they sure got one. Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't got. I
Yeah.
ain't got. I ain't got the one that ring around your neck. I got the goddamn. I got
Man,
the one that
sound like you had shit down early, man.
Yeah, I done shut down, boy. I'm through.
Sound like you was already shut down when we first started. Cause you like, I'm
Yeah.
finna clean up the truck. So that boy shit out early today.
Well,
Shit.
Larry, oh, I did. I had I dropped the load off and then came back up and grabbed another load. You know this bless shit. You know how we do. This bless. I came back
Yeah.
up, grabbed another load. I'm about to drop this load here, and I already got my second load. I keep looking on the email. I don't see my second load that he said he was sending me. Joey
Yeah.
said he was sending me the second load. I don't see it. Why done hollered
Yeah.
at something and I done hollered at a little thumping on in what it is? In Tallahassee. Over there in Tallahassee.
Tallahassee.
Tallahassee,
Tallahassee.
old skinny
Yeah.
mini.
That
Let me
boy
see what
way in
skinny mini talking about.
Tallahassee, Willie. He
I
way in
would nah, hold
Tallahassee
on.
with it.
I was bringing it. Listen, I think I was on the phone too. I had brought a load down from Alabama back to
Yeah.
Florida, and when I did that, I had you know, I had stopped at the truck
Yeah.
stop or whatever when I got in the
That boy
no,
pulled
it was Midway, Florida. It was Midway, Florida. Yeah, Midway, Florida. I think Midway, Florida, right by Tallahassee.
that boy done pulled him a switcheroo.
Got me some. I,
That boy done pulled a switcheroo.
you know,
He talking about you know. He talking about you know. Yeah, man.
I'm just trying to see what happened.
Yeah, what?
You hear me?
Yeah, I
Hold on.
would lose you for a minute. I hear
Hold
you
on. You
now
hear me?
though. I hear you good now.
Oh, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right.
Yeah,
I wonder what the hell
yeah,
going on.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, man. Well, I don't know, man. I don't know, man.
I'm finna, I'm,
Life, man.
man, it is. I'm finna spend me a little bit of that escrow.
Yeah, no, you ain't. What you about to do?
I'm finna get me a new tie here.
Okay.
Get me a
Oh,
new
I get my line
tie.
popped the other day. I just
Huh?
had to get a my line just had popped my glad hand. The trailer.
Yeah, I'm finna goddamn spend a little bit of that escrow. Then my damn windshield, every time I turn around, something done hit the damn windshield or get a crack in it. Feel like I change windshield every 2-3 months, man. I be
How
putting
much
new
you gotta
windshield.
spend? How much you be spending when you change the windshield?
And I think them things be about 250, like
Oh,
two
wow. I
two
thought you
fifty
as
a
long
piece.
as you ain't say how much it is, how much they charge to install it.
That's all together, like 250. I think like 250 all
And it's
together.
what
I
it is,
think.
it's safe flight.
I don't know what it is. I know it's some play we be using over there in Alabama.
But I thought, do they have them come to you and change it, or you got to go to them?
Oh, they'll come to you. They come wherever you at. Or you can meet them. They'll come to you, or you meet them. Anything,
Cause
they'll
I know
come to the yard.
I got a crack of mine.
Yeah, they'll come. They'll meet you at the yard. They'll change it out.
But my crack is below the mine's is below the eye level, the sea level, where I can see.
Oh nah, mine up though. I'm gonna change it. It's on the passenger side right now, but on the driver's side, I got, you know how they rock hit it and they put like a little they chip it. It ain't cracked on the driver's side yet, but it chipped. It ain't
Right.
spread it. I'm gonna probably get him to put something in there. He said he can fix that if it got like that little chip and it ain't started cracking yet. He said he can fix that, but he can't fix when it started cracking. It's over with. So I'm gonna see what he got to fix it. Try that out.
Man, look, he gonna have to got there because he talking about fixing it. I think he talking about putting that glue in there or something.
I guess it's something he gonna put in there or something, but shit, long he put that glue in there, when he change that other one out, put that glue in there, I don't give a damn. Long as it save me some money, I ain't trying to, man, I'm tired of putting windshields in this motherfucker. Then it's
Man, I
eventually gonna
know.
crack anyway. This one ain't cracked yet. Like I said, it got the little chip. Got like the little small little chip when something hit it, it just chip your glass out. It don't crack it. It just chip.
Right. Yeah,
It ain't.
damn. Hold on, it chipped. Wait, whoa. If it chipped, yeah, it got to be changed. It's
Man,
punctured or it chipped?
it chip like you know what I'm talking about? Like, okay, a crack is a crack.
Yeah.
It's not cracked or nothing. It's just like you can see where it hit it. You can see where it hit it, but it didn't crack it.
Oh, if you could see where it hit at, then it did crack.
Damn, I don't know how to explain the thing.
If you could see where it hit at, G, it cracked then. It cracked. How you gonna see it if it ain't cracked, then? Yeah, you talking about?
Well, I said it chipped it.
So that's a crack.
Well,
It's
the
a crack
crack,
or a chip?
it's a chip. It's a
Oh,
chip.
yeah, that's weird. That's weird.
You don't know what I'm talking about, bro?
Nah, I know what you talking about. I know if you trying to say that it chipped it, how the hell it chip it and it ain't cracked?
Because it can do that. Let me see, can I find a picture?
I ain't never heard of that.
I'm finna find a picture. Hold on.
Something got to crack in order for that window. That window ain't just finna be like a little, like somebody just scooped a little piece out of it. And, no, bro.
If I can find a P, if I can find a
I gotta get me another fan, boy.
I got
Fan.
one.
I be here with the AC on, my little fan. It ain't blowing like that. This a truck stop fan too. I'm about to grab me a fan from the dollar store for the $25, a big boy. Damn, I was trying to make it to Georgia tonight, man.
Man, let me see. Let me see. Can I try this one right up? Let me see. Look at that right there. See, you'll get it. You'll get what I'm saying. You look at that.
Hold on, my boy. God damn. I hate when it's hot in the back of the truck, but it's cool in the front. Let me see.
And they
My phone.
showing repairs too. They what have been chipped and they repaired and you can't even tell that them been chipped.
Let me see here. Oh, you got to kick me off.
That's what it's called, a chip. All right. It's
I
called a
can't see
chip.
nothing.
A crack is a crack. A crack gonna go through the one. It gonna keep cracking. It gonna go through, it gonna be a line. That's a crack. A chip is a chip.
Oh, see, I call that a crack too.
Oh, you call that a crack too? That ain't really
I
crack
call
though.
that a crack, fool.
A crack it gonna spread. You gonna see a line. It gonna spread. It'll crack the whole thing. Go through the whole thing. A chip
I
just
know.
be a little piece. Just knocked out of a rock. Hit it. Just chipped it. But it didn't crack. It didn't spread. That crack spread.
But see, them chips turn into cracks after a while.
If you don't go ahead and let them put that stuff in it, whatever they supposed to put it will turn into a crack. You right. Yeah, but
you know what? I'm getting what you saying. See, and that's why I be making my mistake. And I be forgetting to do that. They call them so they can put that stuff in there.
Yeah,
I only did it once.
Yeah.
That's why, because I only did it one time. I don't be remembering that.
Mm-hmm.
I only did it one time. I did it with the last truck I had. I had almost paid off.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna try to do. I'm gonna try to get down there, let them chain that other side, cause it ain't no saving it. It's cracked,
Right.
but this one just got a little chip in it. I want to just put that stuff in there. This one ain't cracked yet.
Right.
Put that little stuff in it, and I just roll with it. Try to save a little money in that escrow. Trying to let that escrow build up.
Man, that escrow building up, man. You bouncing back.
Oh yeah. My escrow doing pretty good right now. I ain't been having no problem.
Right. And I know how you been running. I know you be having some
I'm
nice
talking
little
about
tank coming back.
Man, what? Putting $700-$800 in there at a time.
Yeah. I already know how you run.
$700-$800 in there at a time, man.
Boy, imagine if you ain't had no scroll, boy, you'll be hitting 5 bands, boy. Over 5. You would have hit by 200-300 over 5.
Oh yeah.
If you ain't had no scroll,
man, if I ain't have no scroll, I know no. If I ain't have no scroll, I know no. Boy, I be killing it. Flag.
Boy, all you gotta do is run 2 weeks and that's it.
Boy, I be killing. Boy, if I ain't have no scroll, I know no. I be killing them folk, man.
Boy, all you gotta do is work 2 weeks. That's it. You done.
Boy, run a good 2 weeks.
Stay out
2 weeks. Stay out 2 weeks. I got 10. Stay out 2 weeks. I got 10.
Look. I got 10. To pay for everything at the house, I don't need number 3. The rest I can wipe my ass with. Get out of here.
Man, listen. Black, but you know me. I'll probably just run 3 weeks, take off a week.
Listen, I knowing you finna still run regular and make 20 racks. You buzzed out. You finna still run regular.
Yeah.
You gonna run like you ain't even got no note. You still got a note.
You know when I walk through the door, tank falling out my pocket.
I already know. But knowing you, this an assessment. You gonna go hard for that. We gonna go hard for that month. That second month, you gonna slow down a little bit. I already know it.
Bro, I ain't gonna count with you though. That's like a whole nother band.
But you still gonna slow down, cause look, you gonna have that 18. You gonna have that 10. You gonna have that 18 from that first month you did. You gonna have that 18, that over 15 racks, liquid. So then that second month, you gonna slow down. The first week you gonna man, I gotta do a few things around the house. I already know how you will, but I gotta do a few things. I already know. Then you gonna. That's why I say.
Then
you
I'm
might
a whole
just run 2 weeks.
I'm a whole different breed with that bread.
With that bread, I already know you finna start doing other stuff.
Yeah.
I already know. You gonna and you gonna be doing that and still doing loads. But he just finna go back to the house for a little bit. I gotta stop by the house about 2-3 days. Try to get another load Thursday, Friday. I already know.
Listen, 1 year or no note. and no scroll. Man, Lord, have
You
mercy.
gone. You gone. You finna you gonna hit you gonna hit a quarter. You gonna hit a quarter easy. You gonna hit a quarter. You might hit 300 though. I ain't gonna lie. You might hit 300. You gonna hit a quarter. 225, you gonna hit
1
that
year.
easy.
1 year, no scroll and no note.
No
It's
scroll and no
over.
notes. And
That's a whole nother band.
the
That's a
little
whole
slow
nother
down.
band on top of what I'm doing. That's a whole nother band on top of what I'm doing, man.
I know, fool.
A whole nother band.
I know. I know.
Shit.
I know. Nah, matter of
Whole
fact, you
nother
right. Now that
band.
you saying that, hold on. Now that you saying that, yeah, you gonna make, like I say, you gonna definitely do 20,000, but you'll probably do like 30,000 a month. You'll probably be doing 30,000, 30 racks a month.
Man, that's a
After
whole nother
everything.
band.
Cause you're gonna be
You might
making
well
55.
say that. You might well say that's another 4 band a month.
But listen, you're gonna be doing the 55s. You're gonna have 2 weeks of the 55s, the 5 racks. 1 week where it ain't number like 42. Then the last week of the month, it depends on how it go. It could be, you feel me? It could you probably snap for like another little 40 something. But the first 2 weeks out of the month, you're gonna snap. The last 2 weeks is gonna slow down a little bit. Dream, you still there? Yo. Yeah, your shit
He on the screen.
Who that?
Nah, Dream ain't on the screen, is it? Ain't nobody up there with me and you.
Yeah, that's it. I don't see him in the backstage.
Well, yeah, he probably gone. What time it is? 9.
It's 9, it's 10 where I'm at, boy. What you about to do? You hear me?
Yeah, you want to get?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and knock out. I'm knocking out a little bit already. I'm gonna go ahead and knock out.
Okay. Well, handle your business, man.
I'm gonna
We'll
tap
shut it
in with you
down.
in the morning.
All right, then. All right, handle your business, bro.
For sure.
All right, bet.
Yes.
Yep. All right, gang. We out of here, man. We'll be back next Wednesday for sure with another topic. Man, y'all get in the comment, man. Let me know what y'all want to hear next Wednesday. What topic y'all want to touch base on, man. Let's go.